Hello everyone, and welcome to this very special bumper edition of Bardic Quest to celebrate our first year anniversary of the launch of the show. So strap yourselves in, get yourselves comfortable, because we're about to present to you for the first time a full gaming session of Bardic Quest. But before we get into all of that exciting stuff, first of all, a huge thank you to you and everyone who's tuned in and kept up with our adventures thus far. I think I speak for us all when I say that we definitely didn't expect the outpouring of passion and love for the show that we've received so far. So thank you again to all of you. So also, this special edition of Bardic Quest is not the only way we're going to be celebrating this week. If you've not checked it out already, we do also have a special bonus episodes of sorts this week, where we have answered some, what I'm calling Bardic questions from all of you. So be sure to check that out on our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And finally, of course, a huge thank you to James Webster for providing the artwork for our credit sequence and for some of our backgrounds as well. So check him out, patreon.com/JamesRPGArt. And also, a thank you to our friends at Sirenscape for providing the epic sound for our epic game. To add their sounds to your game table too, head on over to sirenscape.com. And so now, without further ado, let's get into this week's very special episode of Bardic Quest.
Happy anniversary!
Last time, Thorik and Johann, after having said goodbye to Sister Gariel and the merchant that they found in the ruined town of Conyberry, ventured into the Neverwinter Wood to pay a visit to the banshee known locally as Agatha, seeking the answer to a question. One question. They ventured in to Agatha's lair and were encountered by a strange, potentially formerly beautiful, elf-like creature, now with a distorted face of fury, and presented Agatha with the comb that Sister Gariel had given them. And, as legend suggested, she offered to answer one question. And so Thorik and Johann asked Agatha where they could find one Gundren Rockseeker. And, as promised, she gave them a path to reach the castle that they seek. Which is where we pick up. They are en route now along the directions that Agatha presented them, walking through the Neverwinter Wood, and came upon a well. And in the hopes of finding some water, they approached the well, where Thorik found, hidden in the stones surrounding the well, a almost snake-like, slug-like creature. And we pick up now with Thorik ready to ready to cast a guiding bolt upon the thing.
Why?
So, let's not dilly-dally here, and let's roll some initiative.
Okay.
13, unlucky for some from the dwarf.
A 13, you say?
13, I say.
Unlucky for some. Bingo!
Looks like it's Johann's consensus with 15.
Ooh, okay. So, actually then, we will be going with you first, Johann. So you are now, you can see that Thorik is preparing his guiding bolt, or a spell of some kind at least, and you can't really see where this... You know that there's a creature there, because Thorik's obviously told you about this, but you don't really know exactly what he's looking at, because mechanically speaking, your perception skills aren't quite high enough to see this camouflaged creature amongst the rocks. So, I guess the question is, what do you want to do at this point?
How close am I to Thorik?
You're stood right next to him at this point.
I then look at him and go, what is it?
It's a slithery thing, and I sort of point while I'm loading up guiding bolt. Just like, don't talk to me. I'm trying to concentrate here. Just give me a second.
But I can't see it. I don't know what I'm looking at.
I'm pointing. I'm like, there.
I see where you're pointing, but you're not pointing at anything. Like it's just foliage.
Now, you do, of course, Johann, have the option to ready an action, if you'd like.
Yes, I think so.
I think that might be your best course of action. Of course, choice is yours, but...
Well, I think he draws his rapier somewhat confusedly and just kind of like is squinting really hard at where Thorik was pointing, wondering if he might need those glass thingies that people put on their eyes. I really hope not. But so I'm just gonna try and angle myself in the direction where Thorik is facing and just hope that it presents itself to me at some point and ready in action so I can pounce at the appropriate time.
Right, okay. Great. So then that actually brings us to you then, Thorik. So
Okay.
You are, of course, welcome to change your guiding bolt if you want to go with something else, of course. You don't have to stick with that, but what would you like to do?
No, I'm gonna double down and stick with my guiding bolt. I've said I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Okay.
So Thorik has planted his shield just in the ground, just by the lip, so it's just sort of there next to him. He's using both hands, closes his eyes for a second, starts to speak arcane words of power, holds his war hammer up, and the head starts to glow and kind of crackle with this radiant energy, and then he just kind of Thor's hammer-esque just punches it out towards the thing, and this beam of light shoots out towards this thing.
Okay, nice. So does he need to make a save, or is it an attack roll?
I need to make an attack roll
Okay.
with my spelliness. That is a 15.
Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna hit. So you hurl this beam of radiant light at the creature.
I need more d6s.
Oh, blimey.
Where are my d6s? Where are my d6s? Ah! What are they? I'm gonna be really basic and roll 1d6 4 times. Okay, so 4d6 radiant damage. 4, 2, 6, 12, 5. 17 points of radiant damage.
Blimey. Okay. So you
I
hurl
mean-
this. Oh, yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, and as it sort of glows, the next attack roll made against the target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Nice.
I'm
So
gonna stab it.
You blast this beam of light, this bolt of radiant energy at the creature, you see it strike it amongst the rocks, and you can see both Johann and yourself this glittering, glowing energy just swirling around this slithering creature. Is there anything else that you'd like to do? You're currently not stood right next to it, the both of you.
Okay. Do we have an idea of size based on that?
It's a little hard to tell because of the rocks overall, but it's fairly large for a creature in the wild. But mechanically speaking, we're probably talking about medium size. But that's probably about specific as we can get at this point.
Yeah, I think. How far away from it am I?
You're only about 15 feet or so.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here for now. Now that it's glowing, I'm pointing to you. I'd like grab your hand by the chin. I'm like, there, stop it.
Your hand's like, oh yeah.
I give him like a slap on the bum, and I'm like, well, hop to it then. Off you go.
Ow. What? Cheeky.
Now it is the creature's turn. Because I think specifically you wanted to wait to see if anything was coming towards you, right?
Do either of us recognize this creature, by the way, or enough?
You can't really see it at this point because it's still kind of hiding amongst the rocks. But for what seems like a moment, you do see a disturbance amongst the rocks, and the rocks start to move, and this creature rises above some of the jagged rocks, and it looks to be like a head. It's got a head on it which has got hooked tentacles, and when its head opens, it opens up kind of like a flower to reveal like this beak, perhaps as big as a blacksmith's pinching tongs, and the rest of its body, as I think I said to you before, is somewhere between like a squid, snake, slug. Its pebbly skin rippling to drive it forward with quite surprising speed, actually.
You know when you tell like a kid to like create a super animal and they try and splice together all the best things that they like about other animals? It sounds like what this creature is.
Not too far off, I'd say. Not too far off. So this creature is going to slither towards you, Thorik. And it's going to do so, as I say, at quite some speed, certainly quicker than you'd expect a normal slithering creature. And it's going to try and it's kind of slaps its tentacles together, trying to like grab hold of you. And that's
natural 20.
That's a natural 20. That's a natural 20 against you, sir.
Hit.
So its tentacles kind of are striking, almost like trying to grab you a little. And that's going to be 10 points of slashing damage against you, Thorik, because it just like catches you on kind of areas where your armor's not covering your body quite so well, and it's just grabbing hold of you, and it's using its tentacles to kind of pull you towards its beaked mouth.
Can I make an attack of opportunity?
You have your readied action, so you could use your readied action because it's come towards you both.
I attempt.
Like holding the big like help.
So I'm not quite clear on its shape. Is it like a snake?
It's kind of has the look of like squid-like tentacles, but in terms of shape, it's like a snake.
Okay, I could try and go full Eowyn and try a straight up decapitation.
Okay.
Well, it probably won't happen. Let's face it. I'll probably.
You can certainly try.
With a rapier as well. You know, more for stat. No, sorry, I'm going to go for that.
Stick it with the spiky end.
Indeed. Let's see what we got. That's a 19.
Ooh,
Yes.
well, yeah, I mean, you'll certainly hit it.
Awesome. As my colleague is very close to me, very helpfully holding its beak.
Technically, you'd get advantage on this hit because of guiding bolt.
That's correct, yes, you
so
would.
you might crit.
And also, because the beast hasn't... Oh, no, shit, he has on his turn, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I can't assassinate.
Attack. But you do get sneak attack.
I do get sneak attack, that's true. But assassinate does not. Let me just double check that. But assassinate does not feature.
If a creature has acted at all, you don't get assassinate.
Indeed. So, let's get to it. Where's my d8? There we go.
Well, roll a d20 for your advantage in case you crit.
Oh, fair enough. Nah, that was 11.
Yeah, worth a try.
Indeed. So, let's see how much this smarts. Right, that'll be a 6 plus 3, which is 9. 2d6 sneaky damage. Oh, that's a 5. So that's... How much did I say?
I wasn't keeping count. My apologies.
The previous ones came to 9.
9. So
That's right.
That's
That's
14.
Someone's going to correct me and be like, no, it wasn't, it was this.
We're going with that.
14 plus 2, which is 16.
16 points of damage, you say?
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
So, you...
And I shout, "Back, vile things!"
Stab and twist.
Like I'm winding a clock.
Now, you do pierce the skin just about of this creature, but you do find that the skin is much stronger and tougher than you might have anticipated. So actually, you're only going to do half damage because it's resistant to your piercing damage from your rapier.
But piercing damage is all I have.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're kind of stabbing at this creature, trying to stop it from potentially eating your friend, and it is going to, with its beaked mouth, just try and bite into you, Thorik. But this is going to be a 9 against your AC. So you kind of manage to kind of push it away and keep your distance, that it can't quite latch onto you at this point. So, technically speaking, Johann, you're up next.
Awesome. Okay. Now I'm gonna, as cutting the hide is proving quarrelsome, and as I only have the capacity to stab, I'm not going to start punching this thing. I will attempt to cut off a few tentacles in a swipe.
Nice.
And if I feel like I'm going to need it, so the dagger, see if I can do 2 weapon fighting. And as my colleague is still quite close to me, I believe... I'll be like, hang on, Thorik!
All right. All right.
Here we go. That's 18.
18. Yep, that will certainly hit.
With my rapier. And it's D8 plus 3, so that's 5 plus 3, which is 8. That's 1d6. That's 2, that's 10. And 3, which is 13. On the tentacles.
Okay. So once again, you're going to be in a position of it's a much tougher exterior, and it's resistant to your damage. So it's only going to do half damage in this instance. Okay. But you do hit, and you do manage to do some damage. And you don't quite manage to cut off one of its tentacles, but you certainly injure it, so to speak.
Well, I've got a dagger. Does it have eyes?
It doesn't seem to have eyes. It's a very strange creature.
I want to stab it somewhere important, Wayne. Somewhere where it'll feel it, you know?
Important.
If it has eyes, they're very difficult to see. Let's put it that way.
Ooh, how ironic. So, let's go. I'm a dagger it somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe. Ooh, is the mouth open?
Yes.
Maybe I can try and the inside of the roof of its mouth.
Ooh.
A daring move. But as Thorik is very kindly holding it open for me.
Yeah. Give it a go.
It's 8 plus 5, which is 13.
13, I'm afraid, is not going to be enough. It kind of sees your strike coming, and it just kind of closes its beak, and your dagger just kind of nicks the side of it, but just kind of slides off.
You bastard.
I'm afraid, sir.
Well, does that the second one's my bonus action, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
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 Okay, well, that'll be me then.
All right. So, Thorik, you're up.
Oh yeah. So it's not actually like technically grappling.
No,
me
it's
or
not
anything,
grappling you. No, it's just
cool.
kind of like flinging its tentacles around, just trying to grab any
Get off,
part
get
of you
off.
it can. Yeah.
So I've seen that the slicing hasn't done particularly well. So I'm just gonna hoik my shield out of the ground. I'm gonna see if good old-fashioned brute force does anything. So I am just going to smack the damn thing, try and hit it like in the beak, like right in the beak. Just
Nice.
uppercut, like bosh.
Okay, let's roll to hit.
Fabulous. It's not great. It's not great at all, really. 7 to hit.
Okay, so you swing your warhammer, trying to hit it in the beak, and you just kind of see it rear its head right back, almost as if it's ready to strike back at you itself, and just getting out of the way of your warhammer.
Right, you bugger. Come here then. I'm just like, come back here. And I want to kind of just like try and just sort of like harry it a bit and kind of try and move around it try and maneuver it so it's got its back to Johann, so Johann can like...
Okay, you're going to circle around it, kind of thing.
Yeah, just trying to move around it,
Okay.
just kind of like jabbing at it, just like, ooh. Yeah, you bugger, come on, yeah.
Sure. All right. Anything else you're going to do? Or is that
I don't
you
think
first?
so, no. I think
All
that's
right.
me.
Cool. So it's as you're circling this creature, it is kind of following you. You've definitely got its attention. Perhaps because it's already taken a little bit of chunks out of you, and you look like you might taste good, Thorik. So
Has been said.
so it's
What
going
can
to try
what
once
can I
again with its tentacles to try and grab a hold of you.
Stop it.
And that's going to be a 15 against your armor class.
Nope.
Okay. So it kind of gets its tentacles and it's trying to grab at you, but you just raise your shield up and it just scratches on the outside of your shield, and it's kind of really on top of you. But that's actually all it's going to do this turn, because it's not got hold of you with its tentacles, so it's not going to attempt to bite out of you on
Great.
this occasion. So, Johann, you're up. You now have the creature's back to you.
Can I ask, where are we stood at the moment?
You're so you're not on the stony, rocky bits with the well. You're just on kind of like a flat, muddy ground with trees around you.
You know me and my lateral ideas.
Of course.
I was thinking maybe I could I had ideas of like piercing it all the way through and like rooting it to the ground
Ooh.
so that it couldn't move. But no, if it's muddy.
It is pretty big, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know if your rapier would quite be
Is it-
strong or long enough for that.
It's not about the size, Wayne. I think we all know that. That's what I keep telling myself. Okay, actually, I tell you what then. Now it's back to me. I'll just go for a straight up. Or I could attempt to clamber on its back and like do a straight, you know.
I mean, you could certainly attempt it.
Fuck it, why not?
All
Sorry,
right.
viewers. Pardon my dwarvish.
All right, I'm not going to make you roll for climbing on top of the thing. Let's just
Oh,
assume.
not an acrobatics check? Okay, cool.
No, I'm going to assume that you're deft enough to be able to just run up its back at this point.
Isn't his first rodeo.
No, indeed. Indeed. So let's just roll to hit. And we'll have that roll also dictate how successful you are at climbing on its back.
So we're like, and so I try and ready a sweeping.
Yep.
Sweep down into the back of its head, flower,
Beak?
whatever. I try and stab it somewhere important. Johann's just kind of like trying to find where to find purchase. So
It's like the first time you attempt to like prepare seafood. You're just kind of like, what? What is that?
it's like, I have a feeling of like picking apart prawns that you got to take that black vein out, you got to take the head off, the legs off, the tail. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked.
Yes, let's roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Bugger it. An 8.
An 8. Okay. So you run up its back, and just as you're trying to lay this smacketh down on this creature, you just lose your footing and you just slide back down its back onto the floor.
Whoa!
All right.
I just got Isaac's rodeo joke. That was a slow burner, but I got it.
Congratulations, my friend.
Anything else you'd like to do, Johann?
Other than feel a little dejected having slid down this thing like a child slide at a playground.
No?
The wrong way, no less. Do you know what? I'm out of spite. I'm gonna take a dagger and try and,
Sure.
in an attempt to try and start to climb back up again, I'm gonna go right,
Nice.
and then like climb back up again. So
All right.
I'm gonna do summit. I'm not gonna let this turn be wasted. Oh, for God. Was it 7?
Okay. So as you pull out your dagger and try to stab it into kind of the base of its tail, it's just pretty excitable, and it just moves its tail out of the way, almost not necessarily because it knows that what you're trying to do, but just because it's in the midst of trying to eat Thorik, and you just plant your dagger into the ground just next to the tail, unfortunately.
Ooh, I know. I have a plan for next turn.
A cunning plan.
I have a cunning plan, my lord.
Right, Thorik, you're up, sir.
Super simple seeing my dear rogue friend try and like stab him. I was just like, it's all right, Johann, just jam it somewhere. I'm gonna like shield raise, issue just like one simple dwarven word, just like, bash my warhammer into the floor, and cast guiding bolt. So kind of airstrike, hammer of dawn s, just this bolt of radiant lightning kind of strikes out of the sky and just.
Nice. Let's roll to hit then.
Guiding bolt was a save, in fact. So they need to make a. Sorry, not hush my mouth. Not guiding bolt.
Sacred flame.
Sacred flame. Thank you.
That's all right.
That's the one I meant to say. Not guiding bolt.
Okay.
You've taken your hand off the piece.
It's a dex save, is it?
Yes, dex save. DC 12.
Okay. So you raise your hammer to the air, utter some prayer, and seemingly golden flames hurl from the sky down on this creature, and it hits.
Thank goodness for that. So that is a D8 of radiant damage. So that's 3 radiant damage.
3 radiant damage. Okay.
But sort of trying to gauge how much it hurts it.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly notices the sacred flame much more than perhaps Johann's attacks with the blade. It seems to get under the creature's skin a little bit more, shall we say?
Oh, very good.
Hey-o.
Okay. Fabulous.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
How hurt does this thing look?
I mean, it looks pretty hurt. It looks pretty hurt.
Okay. I think we got this. I think I'm gonna Thorik's. It's a new day. I'm gonna not just use all of my spells in one combat because that would be misguided. So I think Thorik's just going to harry it a little bit and just move in and just keep kind of trying to keep its attention on him. Okay.
So no particular action of any.
Yeah. Nothing I've got. Clerics are very simple. Just kind of you can do this or this, and that's it.
All right. So it's now the creature's turn, and it seems to really have been quite taken aback by the sacred flame that you just cast upon it. And actually, you see it just almost back off from you, as if to say, fuck this. And it just slithers away back towards the well. Do you want to take attacks of opportunity?
May we?
You may. May we?
Is that me and Johann? Can we take attacks?
You can both, yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
we both just lock eyes away.
Okay.
After you. Johann, please, after you.
I hold up my stabby implements like a knife and fork.
I hold up my hammer and shield like a knife and fork.
All right, Johann, let's go with you first then, shall we?
Okay.
Hit for me.
Rolling. That's a no from me. That'll be a 13.
A 13, you say? No, I'm afraid you just glance it rather than actually managing to pierce it. It just doesn't quite land, unfortunately, your strike against the creature.
Well, I'm gonna try and get a dagger into it at the very least.
Sure.
And then.
Now, do you with two weapon fighting? Is that two actions or is that one action?
It's an action and bonus action, I believe.
You'll only be able to do with one attack then, I'm afraid.
Never mind.
Because it's a reaction as well, so it's only one action basically.
Doesn't look good for me either. That's a 7.
Oh, you try to bring the hammer down on it, but it's just slithering away too quick, and you just miss the end of its tail. Okay, and it actually because it's dashing, so it slithers into the well and all the way down, and you just see the end of its tail dip
into the well.
Into the well.
We need water from that yib. What?
I do have a bottle of oil.
What? I mean, are we out of combat?
We are out of combat, yes.
So Thorik's just kind of got me really good there actually.
You all right?
Yeah, I am fine. I'm fine. Just managed to get me with those tentacles. What was that thing?
I was about to ask you the same thing. I've never seen anything like that before.
Have we?
Thorik, would you like to roll a nature check for me, please?
I would. Ooh. It's a 17.
Ooh, yes, you are familiar with this, actually. You believe this to be what is known as a grick.
Aye.
Which is a subterranean hunter of sorts. They're very rarely seen on the surface, but
Lucky
sometimes
us.
they do venture above ground if their hunting grounds below tend to be quite scarce with hunting options. So it's rare to see one above ground, but yeah, you're certainly familiar with the creature. Yeah.
Okay, I'd relay this all to Johann. Just like, I think, yeah, Grick, we do get them sometimes in Mirabar when we're sort of going into new locations. Sometimes we find subterranean caverns and that sort of thing that I haven't explored. They're sneaky. They like to hide in things, and I did think it was one. Odd seeing them up on here though.
Its hide was tough. It seemed my blades had no effect.
They're hardy creatures.
I examined the blood on that. Is there any blood on my stick? Did I draw blood from this?
You did not, no.
Oh, fuck. So I just gave it a paper cut?
Basically, yeah.
Well, I hope it was in the webbing. Right there.
Except for the fact that it doesn't have fingers or toes, but beside that.
Yeah, but if whatever.
The biology of the thing was really upsetting. It was like, where are we aiming?
What, abhorrence of nature had to take place in order for this creature to come into existence?
I don't want to know. Right, well. Looks like I'm pretty thirsty. I was hoping for a drink, but if that thing's down there. Is there a bucket near the well?
Yeah.
No. No. Don't.
Hang on. Well, hear me out here. Oh, but then if we whack it, it's going to go in the water and it's going to spoil the water.
Of course. We don't know if that thing's poisonous or where it's been or... No. This is a forest. There'll be water nearby. And if not, it might rain. I'm not having water from this well.
Well, what if someone else comes past here and experiences the same thing we do?
Well, it's not like we could do anything about it.
We can fucking kill the thing.
Oh. You're not thinking...
Oh, no, not going down there, but,
What are you thinking?
Well, maybe if you wouldn't mind holding a torch for me and seeing if we can't spot it. We could see if we can't zap it.
What, do you think it's still down there?
Oh, aye. It won't stay up here. But if you want to leave it...
Well, it's not that. It's felt like I couldn't... It's hard. It was difficult.
Something's worth doing are hard, Johann.
No, I'm not disputing that.
So it starts going to proverbs it's the hardest stone yields the best treasure often. It's if we do not spend the time to crack it open, how can we harvest the gems and ore within? Only soft stone yields poor resources, my friend.
I can't argue with that flawless logic. And
begins dwarven proverb.
Starts to begrudgingly light a torch as if you said, "Yes, Mum. Knows you're right, but I ain't happy about it." So I'm lighting a torch. What time of day is it, Master Wayne?
It's fairly early day, not even lunchtime. But forests are notoriously have dark places in them, and particularly a well going underground is going to be dark, so a torch is not completely useless in this scenario.
So I'm holding the torch that way, over the well. Look at him and go, "You sure about this?"
Aye, hang on. I pick up a rock and cast light on it.
Okay.
Torch.
I'd like to ready casting Sacred Flame if anything
Okay.
jumps out at us.
Sure.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, go on, yeah.
I'll ready an action as well.
We're on both sides of the well, kind of like edging towards it. So my intention is to like drop it down, because this won't extinguish when I drop it down if there's water.
Sure.
I relay that to Johann. I'm like, right, 3, 2.
Wait.
1. What?
When it comes out, what's the plan? What do we do then?
Oh, I'm gonna zap it with some spells, and then you can try stab it again.
Would you want me to keep it busy while you try and magic it, or what?
Either, like, I'd rather it came for me, to be honest. I'd probably, I'd taste better, apparently.
What?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! And then he like goes over the edge and throws the stone in, looking.
You hear a splitoosh.
Seeing
So,
the light go down,
Yeah.
do we see anything? Do we see the creature?
which kind of...
You see a little bit of water at the bottom, but there's no sign of any creature in. You do see that there are kind of holes along the walls of the well. You suspect
like
perhaps
plumbing kind of thing.
more like burrow holes.
Uh,
So you suspect the creature may have gone into one of those.
well, we could find something to try and draw it.
I throw the bucket in, holding onto the rope,
And you hear it hit the bottom of the water.
and then I just
You slowly bring up the bucket, now filled with water. There are a few small holes in the bottom of the bucket, so there is some water kind of trickling out the bottom, but not at a huge pace.
Can I check the safety of the water?
Yeah, give me a survival check, please.
I cast check pH.
16.
16. Yeah, you deduce that this is probably safe to drink, if you want.
I take a small little bit in my mouth. Is it? Am I dying?
It's all fine.
Cool.
Cool.
I sort of drink my water and then like tip it in. So I've got water for the day and have had drunk my fill. Then like pass the bucket over to Johann. It's like,
You sure?
yeah.
Are you messing with me?
I mean, dwarves have better constitution for these things than humans, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Right, I'm not drinking it. Puts it down. It's like, no. Nope.
All right.
Don't do that.
Thorik kind of like hitches his shield over his shoulder and says, we don't find any water though. You might have to drink my magic water. Like turns around and starts slowly walking away.
What is...
Turns around to clarify, the water I make with a spell, get your mind out of the gutter. And then continues to be like coy and start walking away.
Johann weighs up his options. Looks at the bucket.
Crystal clear, holy water.
I want to boil this water.
Sure.
That would require making a fire.
Aye. I don't want to make a fire here, but sort of like rattles the pans on the back of his pack and just like, we're good to go, mate. We can do things the old-fashioned way. It's fine by me.
Does this bucket have a handle?
It's got holes in it.
Yes, the water is trickling away at this point.
All right, I pour it into my water skin with the intention of boiling it later.
Righto.
I think we had a full skin, didn't we? So can we drink?
You
can we
can,
like drink
yeah.
the fill and then refill?
Yeah, because you have to drink 2 water skins a day to hit your quota.
I'm sure the viewers are fascinated with this Ray Mears portion of the episode.
It's top viewing here.
That's right.
Boiling water.
Okay, so I presume then that you're continuing on your journey from here.
Oh, aye.
Yes. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No.
No, as in you're done Ray Mearsing.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what? I'm going back to Mirabar. I'm done.
All right. So you travel for a couple more hours, and at the end of those few hours of traveling, you find yourself stood atop a tall hill in the midst of the forest. There's a chill wind buffeting you even more than the usual winter breeze. And the landscape that's around you undulates, with the forest stretching to and possibly beyond the horizon, like a white sea of leafless knotted trees, all dressed in frost, which would be commonplace for this time of year, and lit by the early setting winter sun. And almost hidden within this natural landscape, you do actually see an aspect of civilization. It looks to be some sort of stone structure, long left in disrepair, with little remaining of the ruined rooftop just barely visible above the treetops. And from this distance it does appear motionless and uninhabited. But with the winter sun setting at this early hour, you do perhaps feel that you're more likely to reach it tomorrow than you are today. So what would you like to do?
Light feeding.
Should we make camp?
Aye. What do you reckon that is? Do you think that's Cragmore Castle?
Could be.
That's what the witch said, wasn't it? The banshee thing.
Strange, isn't it? How seems like a long time since we set off looking for Rockseeker. Now he might finally be in reach.
I hope he's still alright. It's been days.
We have to prepare ourselves for the eventuality that he may already be dead.
I hope not.
As do I.
Well, we'll have to get ourselves well rested for tomorrow then. I'm sure it'll be a busy day.
Just as you begin searching for a place to rest for the evening, you do hear some shouting to the north of you, deeper in the forest. And
What is it?
The shouting does sound to you, at least from this distance, as though humans shouting. Or particularly one human shouting.
Do we recognize the voice, or could we ascertain gender, or
You can probably ascertain gender. It sounds as though it's a male voice.
Can we hear what he's saying?
Not from this distance, no.
So, you hear that?
aye.
Shall we?
Yeah. Just as we're like starting to sort of settle down, we just work things out.
So you pack what few things you had kind of popped down on the floor ready, and you take your stuff and you head north towards the sound.
As we're going,
Yeah.
I just pop like there's a satchel, or like a like a belt pocket on Thorik's belt, sort of just by the side on his hip. And I just say, Johann, I pop the top of it off, and you can see that it's the potion of healing that I carry. If I go down, shove that down my gullet, will you?
I'll do my best. You have my word.
Thanks. And I'll secure it.
Let's hope it's not like a frog, owl, rabbit, dinosaur with spider legs.
You know what? Who knows? And I think on the way, I've lost 10 HP. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine.
All right. So you head through the trees, heading north. Now, is there any particular manner in which you would like to head north?
Can we see where the voice is coming from?
At this point, no.
But it seems close by.
Yeah, you're just following the sound, yeah.
Okay, so if Thorik is amenable, if you walk ahead and I'll try and keep myself more to the trees.
I'm not particularly stealthy, so make sure you're a little bit far away from me, but I'll signal to you if I see anything.
What's the signal?
To follow. Thorik just does has his hand down by his side, but just kind of does like a very small, little kind of finger flick towards him. This is stop, but just down on his leg, so he's not obviously being stop. And if I need help, I'll just shout help.
So you're taking the lead then, Thorik?
Apparently so.
Okay.
I'm going to try and be stealthy, knowing that I'm not good at it.
Give me a stealth check then, please.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage, because you've got lots of armor.
Jangly.
Cling, clang, clang.
Johann, that's a 17.
Okay.
So I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
And a 3.
Okay.
So it's the 3, unfortunately.
Oh God.
So you're moving with plenty of careful steps, but there's just so much stuff on your back where you've got your pots and your pans because you were getting ready to camp up, and then you've kind of put them back on your back in haste. They're kind of a little bit loose, and it's just clang, 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 clang as you're strolling through, which is really starting to wind Johann up, but not particularly saying anything.
He's fine.
Just really undermining his rogue energy.
Hear a lot of pouty sighs coming from the long grass.
But I think our intention is that Johann isn't so close to me that he can be associated with me. So
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I'm not with him.
Okay. So, you follow the sounds of the voices. And eventually, as the sun is setting, you hear the source. You approach a clearing in the forest, in which are several men wielding axes, dressed in hide armor, one of which pacing back and forth, shouting, "Where is he?" And he is asking this question to a human woman tied at her wrists and at her legs, beaten, and this woman is Saga.
What? Saga's back?
Annina, would you like to join us?
What? Annina!
She has returned!
I'm back.
Oh, frabjous day, but not in good circumstances. Oh.
So, Annina, you have this man pacing in front of you. He's furious with you. He's got thick, almost feathered, dark brown hair, piercing blue eyes that are almost hazy in their expression. There's not much going on behind those eyes.
Gorgeous.
And he's got thinly... He's got thinly...
All right, Thorik. Like,
thinly painted
I
lines.
sense a red flag, Thorik.
Big ick.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's got thinly painted lines under his eyes, almost like war paint, similar to your own. You definitely know this man.
Oh, great.
This is Ridril Var.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
And he's really pissed off at you.
Yeah.
And all he keeps asking you is, where is he?
Do I know who he means?
No.
I don't.
He's not shared that information with you at this point. But he's obviously talking to you in such a way that he believes that you should know exactly who he's talking about.
Okay. Who?
He gets him really close to you. You can even smell his breath on your face.
Mm.
And he says, "Don't you play coy with me. Where is he?"
Trael is dead.
So you do know. How do you know if he's dead? How do you know exactly who it is that I'm talking about?
I'm making a wild fucking guess.
When did you last see him?
Before he went on the raid. Why are you asking me? Ask whoever went with him.
Well, you know full well who went with him. And you know full well that we came back without him.
I wasn't there. He didn't allow me to go on raids, remember?
No, but don't you think it's a little convenient that after he disappears, that you're granted freedom? And then he has spent the last couple of years undermining my rule. Now this is news to you, Annina, because last that you were dealing with the tribe, it wasn't him who was chieftain, but in fact Drael's father. So, I will ask you again. Where is he?
I don't know. He's dead. They told me he was dead. That's all I know.
Do you want to give me a persuasion check?
Okay. So, just so I get the right end of the stick, Ridril is now in charge.
Correct.
Is he? Oh.
Yes.
Persuasion. 19.
Okay.
19.
He kind of stares at you again, those kind of almost expressionless eyes, just almost feels like they're looking into your soul. And he says, "All right.
What makes you think he's alive?
Reports of sightings in these woods. Seems to be cropping up whenever it is that we need something. he takes it from under our very nose.
Then you know more than I do.
And you...
So who did you kill to be chieftain?
Well, after Drael's father died, with Drael gone, there was no obvious heir, so we did what we do, and I won.
Congratulations. Now, what do you want? I know I have not seen him since
You
he
swear
left.
it.
Yes! I've not seen him.
And what would you do if you did?
Run.
Why run?
The last thing I want is to ever go back with you. With the tribe.
That is a shame. Because I personally would love to have you back.
You have a strange way of showing that. And she kind of rattles her binds.
Well, we have to be sure that you're going to cooperate. Particularly given your history. So, perhaps you might be willing to help.
Help with what?
Dealing with my little problem of the past.
You know more than I do. You go find him. You do.
He
deal with
is
him.
a traitor and a deserter. At least you earned your freedom. Which is a kindness.
That you didn't give me.
No,
His
but
father did.
I am upholding right now.
Freedom, you say? Then why am I tied up?
Just so that you understand that that freedom can be taken away.
Of course.
By my hand. Nobody else's. So, perhaps, in
What?
order to maintain the freedom that you have loved for so long, you might help me to track down and deal with Drael the deserter.
You know full well if he wanted to find me, he already would have.
And that is what I am banking on.
Maybe he doesn't want me back. Then what do you do?
Well, either he will want you back and he will come to find you, or eventually I will cross paths with him myself. At this point, I'm not sure which is the more likely option, so...
Oh, so are you scared of a little bit of competition? Must be so tough. Drael was always twice the man that you were.
He nods to one of the tribesmen next to you, who slaps you across the face. So you're going to take 1 point of damage from the unarmed strike.
Won't even do your own fight yourself. You're pathetic.
He nods to nods to him again. And once again, you get a backhanded strike across the face. This time on the other side for symmetry. So, what's your choice? Do you ally with me, and then perhaps you can have the freedom that you want? Or are you going to defy me as, whether you want to admit it or not, your chieftain?
What are you going to do? Kill me?
Oh no. No, because that, I think, would be far too easy for you. No. No, you will be my wife.
She goes quiet.
This is something, by the way, Thorik and Johann, that you have been witnessing. You've seen all of this.
How many are there?
There are...
Or that we can see, like...
Sure.
3, didn't you say? Him and his 2 cronies.
I may have misspoke. So there are 2 cronies either side of Saga. Then there's him in front of Saga. And then sort of surrounding this little clearing, there are 3 others. Creating almost like a square when you take into account where Saga is.
Can we see if is Saga wearing armor currently?
Yes.
Where are her weapons?
They are behind one of the barbarian type folk that are stood just to her left.
How hurt does she look?
I mean, pretty hurt. She's certainly bearing plenty of bruises and cuts and things. She's certainly taken a beating, either as part of the interrogation or perhaps as part of how she ended up in this situation. You're not quite sure, but she's looking pretty weary.
How far away are we?
So from where you are right now, you are between you and Saga and Ridril, there is one of the barbarians. He's about 15 feet away from where you are now, and then it's a further 15 feet. So you are exactly 30 feet away from where Ridril and Saga are. So you could get there within a movement if you wanted to, but you'd have to get past this other barbarian.
I reckon we need to distract them. Okay. If Thorik, as you're not stealthing, we could try and draw some of them away from Saga, and I could sneak in and try and cut her bonds.
Okay. I'd like to take a prayer book that I carry.
Okay.
It's very unused. It basically still has the packaging on it because he doesn't use it.
Rustling some.
And I would
Still got
like...
that new prayer book smell.
Yeah. And I would like to carefully take out the scroll of charm person, unfurl it, and place it within the pages of the book.
Ooh.
Very good.
I like where this is going.
And I wink at Johann, give him a nod, and then I just walk out of the clearing whistling a merry tune like, and true silver shall bless us all, bless us all, bless us all. And now where did that path go? Where did that path go?
Saga's gonna try, obviously look shocked and then try and hide that she recognizes Thorik.
Oh! Blessings of Bernard upon you all. I'm so sorry. I wondered if you might tell me. I've lost my way. I'm trying to find the Tribord Trail. Would you be able to direct me?
You see them all reach for their weapons. They're not drawing them, but they're very much wary. You are in the middle, after all, of a forest of sorts. It would be really strange to be encountering anybody here. Certainly this far into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And the interrogator turns to you and he says, "What business have you got here?"
Forgive me, my sons. I am but a humble cleric. I'm a Fëanor of the Church of Bernard True Silver, the great dwarven lady, and I'm sort of trying to angle myself so their eyes are on me, so that Johann can possibly go around the back and do whatever Johann's going to do.
Sure.
And I sort of start to sort of wander. I'm like, see, I have my map, and I got separated from my group. I managed to find myself passed down the side of Neverwinter, made a lovely stop in. There are wonderful inns in that city, absolutely lovely. But then, with the storms that have been happening, you've seen the amount of rain we've had the last few days. I got separated from my group. You haven't seen any dragons recently, have you? Tell of them all over the shop, everywhere they are. Gosh, down from the mountains. But I am on a peaceful pilgrimage from my hometown of Mirabar, from the North Mountains, to bring the teachings of my God and deity, the great Bernard True Silver, blessings of True Silver upon all of you, down to your humble folk down here.
Okay, let's break this down. First of all, Thorik. Actually, no. First of all, Johann.
Okay.
What are you doing during this time?
While Thorik is putting on this, quite frankly, marvellous performance, I am pacing. It's a clearing amongst the trees, isn't it?
Correct, yes.
So I'm guessing that she's on the opposite side, and I'd have to sort of navigate around in a sort of half circle just to get sort of behind her and her captors who are holding her.
Yes, correct, yes.
That's basically what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and, as much as possible, try and get behind her so that her captor's looking at him and I can maybe sneak in and cut her bonds quickly. Or maybe if I get stabbed quickly, hurt the two that's holding her so I can get her free as quick as possible.
Okay. All right. Could you give me a stealth check then, please, Johann?
Baby.
Come on.
Have I noticed both Johann and Thorik, or just Thorik?
We don't know yet.
We don't know. Okay, yeah,
Depends
that's
on
fine.
Johann's
That's
roll, I
fine.
guess.
Yeah, oh God. Please roll hard.
That'll be a 22.
Oh, okay. So yes, whilst Thorik is putting on this performance, which we'll address in a second, you manage to sneak amongst the trees around the back, and you are now just behind a tree. And because they're in a clearing, you're not quite. There's no way that you're going to be able to get to her without going out into the open. But as you say, you're hoping that the attention is going to be so much on Thorik that you're going to have... You're probably about 15 feet away right now from the two barbarians stood just either side of Saga. They're just ever so slightly behind by about a couple of feet of where she is. And the interrogator is very much focused on Thorik as well. Thorik, you are because of obviously where you've come in from. That you are right next to one of these barbarians, probably within 5 feet or so, and then there's another 15 feet between him and them.
I'd like to just step away from him. Maybe just I just sort of like pat him on the arm. Like, blessings upon you, my son, as well. Gosh, what strong arms you have.
Could I get, please, from you, Thorik, a deception check?
Sorry, can I just ask, can Thorik see me?
Give me a perception check, please, Thorik.
Okay. Perception is 13.
No.
Cool.
So
Right.
at this point, all you're aware of, Thorik, is that Johann he's no longer behind you.
Mm-hmm.
But he's somewhere. But yeah,
And
could
a
I get
deception,
a
you
deception check from you, please?
Hence.
Can I
This is really tense.
can I sneakily just like while I'm talking, just cast
That's guidance, is it?
guidance on the barbarian just for once, just like, blessings upon you. Blessings upon me on this day, and I'd like to cast guidance on myself before the roll, if I may.
Let me see now. Verbal and semantic. I suppose we probably could get away with that. I don't think it's going to be. Although, can you do?
I'm
it
saying I'm
sneakily?
blessing. I'm saying I'm blessing it, but it's a nice thing. I'm not making any qualms about like.
That's
blessing.
true.
He
That's
feels.
true.
He glows inside. He's blessings upon you.
Yeah. All right. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Just because you're being so bloody audacious with this.
That was some pure. That was some pure griping to the DM. Oh no! So I have a -1 on all my charisma checks. If I rolled a 4, +3, -1 for a 6.
Okay.
If I see things start to go south. Sorry, if there's anything you want to.
No. I'm.
Thorik's eyes are sort of darting around, and he's just goes, "You," and sort of looks at their leader and says, "I can tell that you lead these men well, and you've tied such lovely knots on the bonds of that woman. I'd like to see a small blessing upon you, and in Dwarvish, I'd like to read the scroll of Charm Person." Which is verbal and semantic components. So he starts kind of like doing gestures, holding the book up and kind of doing it in a very grand oratory voice, like, "Oh, and the blessings of this day. Charmy, 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 charmy." Just trying to cast Charm Person on this person.
All right. So yeah, I think it would be fair to say that as you're giving this performance, you are getting the sense that they're really not buying it, and they're very, very anxious about the fact that you are here in the midst of this forest. So yeah, I think it would make sense for you to just be like, yeah, let's just pull out the big guns and then start reading this scroll. So I am going to allow you to cast Charm Person. And you see. Well, let's. I'm trying to think. That's how can we play this out. Let's roll your deception again. So we're basically doing it with the advantage. So we're kind of retroactively adding advantage, I think, because you're not trying another tactic at this point yet. So let's just retroactively add that advantage, I think.
So if this main guy is charmed by me,
that means you should have advantage, I believe.
Okay.
Because he's charmed.
It's a nat 20. For a 19, but it's a nat 20.
Okay. So this interrogator
I'm still looking at it like it's not real.
This interrogator steps. He kind of puts a hand out to his barbarian subjects and almost gestures for them to relax. And he walks towards you, and with a smile on his face, and he says, "Well, I certainly don't share your gods, my friend, but still good to see a man in these parts in such dark times.
Aye.
Is there
And,
anything that we can do to help you on your journey?"
Well, I'm trying to find my way. I admit I wanted to approach on foot because I didn't want to startle you. I have my cart laden with provisions for the towns that we'll be visiting. Kind of got a wheel stuck. Do you think your lads might be able to come and help me just sort of just lift the cart? I've tried doing it myself, but bless these old bones of mine. I wondered if you and your lads might consider helping an old dwarf realign his cart into the road. I took a really bad turn, it seems.
He kind of looks to his men and looks back to you, and he says, well, he said, we can't all come and assist, of course. As you can see, we have a prisoner here. Uthgil business, so you understand. But I'm sure I could send 2 of my men to assist you.
Oh, it's a very big cart.
3 then.
3 it is, and I thank you.
And he gestures over to, not the 2 that are with Saga, but the other 3 surrounding the clearing. And he gestures to them and sends them towards you, and they kind of congregate around you. And he says, hopefully that will be enough for you to deal with whatever issues you have. You've found your way quite deep into this forest, my friend.
Aye.
You must have travelled quite far from your cart.
Well, it's I managed to weave it between through. It's a long story. I'll show you. Come on, lads. And his face kind of drops as he faces away from it. Just go like, oh, okay.
So you're headed now into the forest?
Yeah. Not too fast, or yeah. I'll hand over the spotlight to Johann. But we're heading in that general direction, but not too fast so that Thorik can't get back in a pinch.
All right, Johann. You see Thorik step away, taking 3 of these barbarians with him. There's now in front of you 2 of these barbarians watching Thorik walk away. Their attention probably will return to the matter at hand in a few moments' time. The Ridril, the interrogator, also watching Thorik, and you've got Saga, who has no idea that you're there, directly in front of you. What would you like to do?
How is Saga positioned? Is she kneeling?
Yes.
And is her hands behind her back?
Yes.
Okay. So, can I ask, who has the ring of protection?
Thorik.
Shit.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You wouldn't be able to attune to it anyway
Yeah.
this quickly.
Yeah, she wouldn't get the benefits of it until she took some time.
But Johann wouldn't know that.
That's true.
Okay. Okay, that's okay. I have a backup plan. So, no 2 ways about it. I'm just going to have to be very, very, very quiet. And try and, as much as possible, to sneak up behind her and hopefully in one quick sweep, either up or down, will cut both of her bonds in an attempt to free her. But I ready a weapon that I know could distract or even kill her captors, because I have in my possession a vial of poison.
Oh no! No.
That I am assured is as deadly, is of the most deadly poisons. And I thought, Saga is in trouble, and I must use all my guile.
The irony is, I think Saga led the way on that.
Yes, I did. Of course I did. A practical joke. Thought he would have used it by now.
Oh my god.
There were times where I thought I could have, but I thought, no. They're only human, so I thought surely this amount of poison will be more than enough for both of these men. Okay, so...
Are the men holding on to me, or am I just stood, like, knelt in between them?
You're just knelt between them.
Okay.
So I very gently take my rapier out and inch very carefully towards her. Presume you're going to need another stealth check.
Yes, please.
With disadvantage?
No. I think we'll just do a straight up stealth check.
After this performance, surely.
That'll be a 19.
Oh, stealthy boy.
So, you sneak up, as you say, inch by inch. They're still watching Thorik walking away, and very quietly and slowly you just swipe down with your rapier across the bonds. And Saga, you feel everything just kind of loosen around you.
Mm-hmm. For a moment, she's going to stay still.
Yeah.
She's going to pretend that they're still there. Where are my weapons in response? Like,
they are behind you and behind the barbarian to your left. So they're not right next to you. They're kind of like probably about 5 feet behind you.
5 feet behind me. Okay.
So
right next to you, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I presumably noticed them as I'm.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Great sword, warhammer, like they're not small weapons.
Yeah, they're really not small weapons. They're like.
Okay. Now she's free. I think it's time to spring our trap. And I ready a handful of this very poisonous powder, being very careful not to ingest it or inhale it. And I rise to my feet and go, oh, sorry.
Oh, God.
And in an attempt for them both to go, huh?
Which they do.
And handful of poison in the eyes of one, and attempt to run through the other.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, so how we're going to do this then is, because you have... Well, they are going to be surprised, okay? But we are going to roll initiative now, because you're now inciting an act of violence, okay?
Okay.
So let's roll for initiative, please.
That'll be... He's 10.
Oh, God. Well, makes sense. My initiative is 4.
Okay.
And I have
6.
I mean, I have been beaten up, so that
10
kind of makes sense.
for Johann. Okay, so 10 for Johann. And then it's going to be 4 for Saga. And then it's going to be 6 for Thorik. Okay. So it should go, I believe, Johann, Thorik, Saga in that order for you guys. Let me just roll theirs. It's going to be... okay, so it's going to be for him, it's going to be 12, and then for them, it's going to be 5. So it should go. Now they're all surprised, obviously. So they're not going to act this round. But normally it will go the leader, Johann, Thorik, the barbarians, then Saga. But you all essentially have a surprise round this turn. So in that case, so Johann, you are actually first. Then in that case.
Which is good, because I get advantage, because they haven't taken their turn yet.
Correct.
That's 10 plus 10 plus 5 is 15. Will that hit?
It certainly will.
And any hit against a surprised foe is a critical hit.
Yes!
So, I take my 1d8. So 3 plus 3 is 6. And because Saga is very close at hand, it's a sneak attack. What number did I just say?
6.
6. Plus 7 is 13.
13, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. So 13 points of damage?
Yes, and the fact that it's a critical hit.
How do you do crits, Wayne?
Oh, so you roll the damage dice again, but you don't add your bonus.
Okay, so it's D8.
I believe.
So that was...
You roll twice the amount of dice, basically.
So it was a 13 plus another D8, which is 5, which is 18.
Would you roll the sneak attack again?
I don't think you roll the sneak attack again on a critical hit.
I'd love to, but that feels...
I don't believe so. So what's your total damage?
18.
18 total.
18 total.
So with the first attack, the second roll, and
first attack, critical hit, and my damage modifiers.
Right. Okay. So 18 total.
Yep, and that's clear, straight. You know, like in Lord of the Rings, where it's. Not if I stick you first. I don't say that, but it's that kind of energy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So as he turns around, you stab him. You kind of gash his side. As you pierce through his hide armor. Now the other guy, you're going to try and ram your nondescript poison down his throat. Is that right?
It was more of a kind of like a you know,
sand.
Sand in face, yeah.
Sand in face kind of thing.
Okay.
To try and like incapacitate him.
Because it's cinnamon. It's not a liquid.
Sure.
Which would sting if it got in your eye.
Do you remember the cinnamon challenge from the mid-team?
Yeah.
This is going to be a bit of a strange ruling, but let's roll a ranged attack roll, shall we?
For cinnamon.
Ranged cinnamon. As opposed to close quarters cinnamon. So that's 6 with advantage because assassinate. That's 13. I presume I don't get a to hit modifier with cinnamon.
No, I don't. No, I don't think so.
So that'll be a 13 against his face, his unarmored face. So.
So you throw this cinnamon in his face, and you do actually manage to get him in the eye, and his eye is starting to like really sting. So I am gonna put him as blinded for the next round.
Yes.
For shits and giggles, just for one round, okay?
Now I've thrown it because I have made a chance. I do kind of. Smells like.
Baked goods.
Smells awfully familiar.
All right, so Thorik, you're surrounded by these 3 barbarians now. They have no idea really yet what's going on because they're surprised as well.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Can I see Saga?
Yes.
I turn around. Oh fuck! What's going to be best to do? But they'd be surprised by me if I attacked them.
Well, I mean, because we're in initiative, I'm putting them as surprised now.
Okay.
So they're in that surprise state now. So
I
they
wouldn't
will
get
be
advantage
acting
on
next.
hits or anything. That's not how. Is that?
Oh, I'm trying to think now. I think you do get advantage. Yeah, you do with surprised. I think, don't you? Oh, I'm questioning myself now.
I'm genuinely not sure.
I'm questioning
This
myself now.
this
I
will
think
put
you
hands.
do. I think you do.
If I do, that changes what I will do on this.
Okay, let me
round.
just quickly look this up because I don't want to get this one wrong. Particularly because you don't surprise. You don't deal with surprise very often at the moment, so I want to make sure.
I mean, Thorik certainly doesn't. It's a novelty.
No. If you're surprised, you can't move or take an action on your first turn of combat, and you can't take a reaction until the turn ends. No, nothing about advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
So it's just, I suppose the advantage comes in the fact that you get to do stuff before they do anyway, so...
I will... I think it would be better. How, like... you can't really tell me numbers, but like, Saga, how much below?
Well, let's just put it this way. She has less than 10 hit points left.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to use my action. Is she within 30 feet of me?
She is, yes.
Cool. I'm just gonna be like, oh, what's that? And just sort of point away.
You say you did it. What's that? You say you
Like,
did it that uncertainly.
he's still just got. He like just throws the prayer book away into the woods with no intention of finding it again. And I would like to use my channel divinity feature.
Ooh.
Preserve life. And so he kind of like knocks it away, but then his eyes just kind of like just glow bright silver. And the rings, the knuckle duster rings glow and just palm out. He just turns around, almost kind of like something of a trance comes over him. He's like, oh, what's that? Just his eyes turn, palm out. He just holds it towards Saga. And I can't increase her hit points more than there's a condition. So between... No, I think it would just be her because I'm above that. I can't restore more than half of your hit points, more than your half of your hit point maximum, but I can heal you up to 15.
Nice.
Okay, so my max is 29, so you can heal me up to 15 or 14.
I think it's round up to 15.
So he
15.
Yeah, so he's got because so basically he could heal you 14 maximum because your maximum is 29.
Yeah.
So then you round
So
down
to
to
14. Yeah.
So,
14, yeah.
So he can heal you 14 hit points, so not
Oh,
you
so
up to
on top
14,
of, yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh, hang on.
Let me
If
read
it's
this
14
verbatim.
hit points, it's much nicer for me.
As an action, you present your holy symbol and invoke healing energy that can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. Choose any creatures within 30 feet of you and divide those hit points among them. This feature can restore a creature to no more than half
no
point.
more. Yeah, so I
it
can-
would be to 14. Yeah, sorry.
To 14.
I can bring it to 14, which I'll do because that's probably the best thing I can do at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, my eyes just burn with the silver light, and you feel slightly more revitalized. And then his eyes. Thorik's kind of shocked himself. He's like, "Whew, not done that before." Right, hammer out and just bash one over the head. And run back towards Saga. So it just goes bonk.
All right, roll to hit for me then, please.
And run. That is a 15 hit.
Yeah. Okay, so you swing it around and crack him on top of the head.
Yeah.
Whack-a-mole.
The full 8 for so 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so you crack him over the head, and you see him like really like stunned as you just race past him.
I just run back towards Saga, 25 foot my maximum. So I'm hopefully, if she's 30 feet away, then I should be like just a bit about 10 feet
now
away.
Now I am going to say that. Oh no, they can't react because it's first round. So yeah, no attack opportunity. Okay, great. So you'll run towards Saga. So she's surrounded essentially by 3 barbarians, if you include the interrogator.
And I just say, "Nice to see you."
Okay, so Saga, you're now up.
Okay. So I'm going to reach for my weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They're 5 foot away, so I'll move the 5 feet back to grab my weapons.
Okay.
Does that count as an action?
I'm gonna say.
And I'll stand up.
I'm gonna say free action picking up an object.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you that one for free.
Yep.
So that's your. Let's call that your movement as well, Doug.
Yeah.
You've got like half movement to stand up plus moving back. So yeah, let's probably call that your movement, or maybe you've got 10 feet or so if you really want. But you're surrounded anyway, so...
Yeah, I'm surrounded, but I just want to take the step back because I was in between them, so I'm no longer sandwiched.
Yeah, so you're now stood next to Johann, basically,
at this point. Have my weapons. Whichever one is, like, now in front of me, I will take my greatsword and attack.
You can either take the guy that's blinded or the guy that's not blinded.
The not blinded guy.
The not blinded guy. Okay, great.
Oh, by the way, it turns out I had a quick check, and you don't re-roll damage modifiers on a crit hit, but a sneak attack is one of the exceptions to that. So I should have re-rolled my sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, go for it. Let's.
So just check if that guy's at, because if he's dead, because I don't know how, if he's lingering.
He won't be dead, but I think it'll be worth doing for sure. Let's retcon it now.
So that's a 5 and a 6. So that's 11 more damage.
Nice.
Yes, please.
I did think when you said 18, I thought that's a bit low even for a rogue. Okay, great. So we've retconned that. So yeah, so he's taken more damage, but he's still fairly okay at this point.
So like.
No,
also,
he's not dropped. He's good.
Ah.
He's not dropped. But hey, it's another 11 hit points that you'd have to deal with. So.
I mean, they are fucking barbarians.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Saga, you've now got your weapon in hand. You're going to attack the guy that's not been blinded. So
not blinded guy.
That Johann put his rapier or tried to put his rapier through. So let's go for it.
Do I get a flanking bonus?
Yes, sure.
So that's advantage on the attack.
Advantage, yeah, correct.
Which is a 15 to hit.
Okay, so you've picked up your greatsword, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just swing it at him and you manage to cut through some of his armor across the chest. So let's roll for damage.
So that's 2d6 plus 3. Of course, it's 2 1s.
God.
5 points of... I mean, I'm injured. 5 points of damage.
She's back, folk.
Action surge.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to use action surge. So that will be another weapon attack.
Basically, yeah.
Is that weapon attack advantage as well? It is, because it's flanking bonus.
Yeah.
Correct?
I believe so.
Okay, that is a dirty 21.
Nice. Okay, so you've struck the first blow across his chest. There's a gash, but it's not particularly deep, so you just swing your sword back around and go for a second strike, getting him across the chest again.
That's better. 6 plus 3, 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Not enough to drop him, but he's pretty wounded now after taking those two strikes across the chest. He's starting to feel a bit beaten now at this point. Okay, anything else you'd like to do?
That is all I can do. Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right, great. So then because they're all surprised, that now actually brings us to the top of the round. Now, the leader of the group, now very aware of what's going on, looking really pissed off at the whole prospect. So he is going to... So he pulls out his great axe. Now, he can't attack Thorik because he's still charmed by... Well, I suppose he can attack Thorik, but he's going... Actually, no, can he?
No, it can't.
No, it can't.
No, he can't. I thought that was right. Yeah.
Until the spell ends or until me or my companions do anything harmful to it. So
you or your companions?
Apparently so.
To him, to him.
Oh, to him, yes. Which nobody has
specifically to him.
So he can attack... can attack you guys, though, can't he? Oh, I'm down.
Presumably.
I mean...
A charmed creature can't attack the charmer. Yeah, so I suppose he can still attack you guys. He just can't attack Thorik.
I'm just like, hey! Please don't do that.
Try and charm him to not attack us.
Hold, friend.
Yeah.
So he's going to...
I'm hoping he doesn't want to kill me, perhaps. But again, to do non-lethal damage.
Well, he's gonna make a beeline for Johann. He's just gonna barge through the two that were either side of you. He's got his great axe in hand, and he's looking really pissed off at you, Johann, as the person who has freed Saga. He's just gonna swing that great axe right at you. But he's just so much in rage at this point. He just completely misjudges and just swings the axe right over your head.
Just as a role-playing thing, Saga will go scream no as a instinctual, just for role.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that makes him very much kind of look at you, and you can see the cogs whirring in his head, and he says, "So you're a traitor like your husband, then?"
I'm not a part of the clan anymore.
He kind of almost spits at you in response. Johann, you've now just missed a hit from a great axe. You've got this leader in front of you, and then you also have the two other barbarians either side of him. What would you like to do?
Okay. The blinded guy.
Yes.
Is he only blinded for one round? Or
he's gonna be blinded for his next turn.
Okay.
And then after that, his turn's over. Then he's gonna be back to normal.
So I'll leave him for a bit. I am gonna try and taunt this. What's his name?
Ridril.
I'm gonna try and taunt him by throwing him maybe a wry smile and saying, "Now that is no way to treat a lady." And
Love it.
and sort of evade it and try and get him to follow me. Maybe hopefully try and get him to swing wild and hit the guy I've already damaged.
Okay.
But I am gonna attack the already damaged guy as well.
Good.
So he's barged him out the way to try and get to me.
Yes.
So he's still standing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and maneuver around him and take my rapier up and give him one of these up in the neck. I presume that they're big fellas. They're taller than me, right?
They're pretty. They're built like brick shithouses, as the
Very
saying
well.
goes.
Then I stab him in the brick shit house.
The chimney or the middle bit or
Near the loft. Sort of stab him in his. Oh, a stab up. Try neck. Okay. Let's go get him in the neck.
Now you are still going to have your assassinate because he's not acted yet.
That's true, and it'll still be a critical hit.
Correct.
I have moved. Oh, the fact that I have an advantage means that it's sneak attack anyway, so Saga doesn't even need to be close to me.
That's true.
So, that'll be a natural 20.
You're kidding! Now, unfortunately, I don't think crits stack, so...
No. Nor would I expect them to. But, so... so that's 8 plus... Ooh.
This is going the opposite to when we had the goblins.
Yes.
So that's 16 before my modifiers. That's 16 plus 3, which is 19. And then there's sneak attack. 19 plus 3 is 22. 26. 27. 29. Is he dead?
How are you finishing him, Ollie?
Fuck yes!
Presume if he's a little dazed, and he's now facing me, I ready my rapier, give him a little wink, and go straight upwards so it goes out at the front, leaving him with a bit. You can see my sword in his mouth.
Oh!
And then pulling it out
like
again.
Timothy Dalton in Hot Fuzz.
And then I don't know, maybe give him a little slap so he drops.
See how you like it.
Brutal.
And then dagger out and sort of crouch and maybe give a little.
Oh.
Big rogue energy.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Anything else you'd like to do? Because you've technically not moved, but of course moving could do opportunity attacks and whatnot. But
if I move so that he turns his back on Saga, so that she can maybe get in behind him.
Well, you've already got flanking anyway.
Well, it's just like I just try and maneuver myself so he's piggy in the middle, basically.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to provoke opportunity attacks anyway.
No,
so,
it's more just a case of like, and then. No, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna gesture him to come to me with get dagger. Then come on.
Okay, nice. All right, Thorik, you're up.
Okay. So, was that Ridroll he just killed as well?
No.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was Ridroll.
So
No, not Ridroll.
I was like, that... Okay.
He's not for me to kill.
Who's around
That's
me?
true.
What's happening?
So, you are pretty much stood right in the middle of this clearing now. Because Ridroll's moved... Because you basically moved towards Ridroll and Saga, didn't you? And they've now moved further back. So you're just stood in this clearing. Chaos reigning behind you. And you've got the 3 barbarians that you left behind when you ran towards Saga. So you're basically stood in the middle. You've got clowns to the left of you, jokers to the right.
Here I am.
But yeah, either side of you, you've got barbarians. Some being dealt with, some not with.
Who's close to Johann and Saga currently?
Ridroll and the cinnamon barbarian.
Cinnamon.
And then you've got 3 that are untouched, unengaged with. They're just like taking in what's going on at the moment, getting ready to act.
I'm actually going to move towards Saga and everyone so we can like concentrate on these idiots.
Sure.
For now.
Okay.
And what's going to be the best thing to do for me? Should really take advantage of that, but then want to make sure that we have nice longevity of staying alive. That is not... Oh, hang on. Can I cast that at 2nd level? We can. Ooh, oh, it is a No, it is a 2nd level. Okay. Oh.
What are you thinking, Thorik?
I say to Saga, I'm like, how are you doing? Hit or heal? Hit her heel. Hit! Okay. In which case, following her advice, I'm going to. I'm gonna do the double whammy. The double whammy hammer.
Okay.
So second level spell slot is being cast into. He goes to, with his shield hand grasping the rings, they glow, and he reaches into thin air as if grabbing the handle of his spiritual weapon, which I cast. Burning a second level spell slot. And move in close, so I'm hopefully flanking people. I'm not quite sure which way. I'm trying to make it so that I'm flanking other people.
Yeah, so basically both of the barbarians, Ridril and the other one, are now flanked because of where you are. Okay.
Brilliant. I'm going to, with me opposite Johann or Saga, on the other side of the blinded one, I'm going to just bring both my hands around, one holding a real hammer, one directing my spiritual war hammer, which is the single haft, very ornate looking, looks like a ram's head. Bash straight through, both hitting the same blinded one.
Oh, nice. Okay. Let's roll to hit then.
Cool.
Is it a roll to, it's a whole roll to hit with the spiritual weapon as well, isn't it?
Aye. Yeah. And I have advantage
You do.
they're blinded.
And you're flanking, so...
And I'm flanking, but we won't.
It'd be very difficult for you not to have advantage at this point.
Oh, aye. So, where's my spiritual weapon at? What do I add for that? Okay. Oh, they're both +4. That's fine. So, normal hits. That's a 16 to hit.
Yep. So you just... This is with the normal one, right?
Yeah, with normal.
Yep. So you just strike him around the sides and just right in the ribs.
And that is going to do 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Lovely.
Okay.
And then spiritual weapon, that is a 17 to hit.
Will also hit.
Okie dokie. And that is that plus that. So that's going to be another 6 points of force damage.
Okay. So you swing your normal warhammer, you crack him round the side, and you listen out for a crack of ribs, but you don't quite hear one. Just hear the air escape him. And then you gesture with your hand holding your shield, and the spiritual warhammer just strikes him round the back of the head, and he just kind of lurches forward. Nice.
Cool. Is Saga holding a weapon now?
She is, yeah. She's got a great sword.
Fantastic. Right, let's get stuck in then. And I just sit there. I'm just like, ah! the demure act. He just feels physically sick from how sickeningly religious he's been. Oh, I feel dirty. Right, let's get our hands dirty.
All right, Saga. So you're up. So
yes.
Ridrill's taken a shot at Johann but missed, and you've just seen Thorik. You saw the other barbarian drop to the ground after being kebabbed by Johann, and you've got this other barbarian now just taking hits from Thorik. What would you like to do?
Okay, so in front of me is Ridril and one other barbarian, correct?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to beeline to Ridril and say to him, I'm going to take great pleasure in killing you. Yeah. I'm going to go to him. Is he within 5 feet, or do I have to go?
He is. No, yeah,
he is.
Right
Okay.
next to him now.
I'm going to use maneuvering attack.
Okay.
So hopefully Thorik can move into a better position.
Okay.
With that, provided I. Okay, so Let's see if I
First time
hit
we've used
first.
this, yeah.
Yes. Well, let me double check. It goes to the damage roll, so let's see if I hit first before I use my superiority
That's
dice.
a good idea.
But I still get flanking bonus.
Yes, correct.
Which would be, dirty 22.
You guys are rolling so well today. All right, yeah. So you swing your sword at him, and you strike him, and you feel parts of his armor just buckle under your hit.
So I'm gonna use one of my superiority dice.
Yeah, to add to the attack roll.
To add to the.
That's an extra D8, yeah.
Extra D8, yes. D8. Which is 13 plus 3, 16 points of damage.
Ooh,
And Thorik can move.
How far can he move?
Move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay.
So using that, can I, instead of being flanking on the other side of the blinded one, can I kind of use that? He sort of is inspired by Saga's just daring do, and sort of does like a weird thing where he kind of just ducks under his shield and just goes through the middle and ends up on the other side. So he's now flanking the nasty barbarian man, Ridrol, with Saga, so he's like on the opposite side of Ridrol.
Yeah. Okay, so you're all basically forming now a semicircle around Ridrol. The other barbarian is kind of stood next to Johann on the one end of this semicircle.
And I just like to poke him. I just so he knows I'm there. I just like to poke him with my warhammer, just like, how you doing?
Nice. Anything else you'd like to do, Saga?
I don't really get bonus attacks, so I'm gonna say where I am. So yeah, no, nothing else.
Okay. So we now move to Cinnamon the Barbarian, who
It's even funnier because when I used to do Christmas elf work, my name was Cinnamon.
Brilliant. So you see him kind of rub his eyes and wipe away some of the cinnamon, and he locks eyes with you, Johann, and he's really pissed off. So he's going to swing his great axe at you first of all.
Am I close enough to him?
Yeah. So you've got a semicircle around Ridrol, and then it's kind of like him stood next to Ridrol, and you're at the same end of the semicircle as him.
Okay.
So he swings this great axe, and he catches you right on the arm, and you feel your leather armors just kind of slice as you just take the cut to the arm. So that's going to be 11 points of slashing damage, sir. As he hits you pretty bad there.
I stagger back and head bow, then lean up and go, is that it? You'll need a bigger axe.
Nice. And he just growls in your face. He's just sensing blood now, really. So the remaining barbarians that were with Thorik, you see them charge in, and they kind of circle around Saga and Thorik, because they can't quite get around the other side of the semicircle to circle around Johann. So they kind of gather in around you, Saga and Thorik. So one of the barbarians is going to strike at Thorik first. And that's going to be a 24 against your armor class.
Oh, hits!
And he just absolutely gives it all the welly he can, and you just feel your armor also buckle under his strike.
Oh, yuck.
And that's going to be... Oh, fucking hell. That's going to be 13 slashing damage against you.
Oh! Ow!
Yeah, ow. That was a big roll. The other two barbarians are going to... Yeah, I think they're both going to attack you, Saga.
I maintain concentration on my spiritual weapon.
Oh, yes, thank you. I forgot about that, thank you. Your armor class is 16.
It is.
One of them swings at you, and you see it coming, and you just sidestep it. But as you do, the other one just cracks you in the back with his axe. And that's going to be...
Roll badly.
That's going to be 10 slashing damage against you.
Okay.
These guys hit hard. They are well, they're barbarians, right? So their favourite pastime is hitting things. So then that brings us to... I've done cinnamon, haven't I? That's canon now. No, it's not. Yeah, I've done.
Yes, it is.
So, but Ridrill's at the top of the round. So that's them then. In that case, that's the barbarians. So that brings us. Oh no. So he's next actually. Sorry. So Ridrill is up next. He's really freaking furious right now.
Yep.
And he is going to... Yeah, he's just going to swing his great axe at Johann. Because he is the foil at this point to his plans. So he swings his great axe, but once again, he's just so fueled with rage, he's not even really... well, not with rage, because that'd be bad, as he's a barbarian. But he's frustrated, and he's just not thinking clearly at this point. So he completely misjudges once again, as you just sidestep out of the way, and almost effortlessly get into the usual dance that you enjoy getting into with your foes, Johann. So that actually is going to bring us then to you, Johann.
Any chance that Riddle accidentally hits Cinnamon in his blind rage?
I'm going to go with no, I'm afraid.
Okay, worth a try.
Yeah, it was worth a try.
Right then. Is Riddle between me and Cinnamon?
Ridril. You're calling me Riddle.
He's wearing a green eye mask.
Yeah.
And got a question mark staff. No.
So is riddled between me and Cinnamon. Riddle and Cinnamon.
No, Cinnamon. So basically, in front of you, Johann, you've got Cinnamon to your left and Ridril to your right. Well, Ridril directly in front of you, should I say?
I want to try and engineer a situation where they end up fighting each other. Not like purposefully, but because I feel like I'm outclassed here. Like I can dodge and duck and weave, but eventually I'm going to start taking hits. So do I disengage? They're probably too strong for me to grapple, right?
Yeah, these guys are pretty strong.
Yeah.
They're beasts.
Trying to think of a plan. If in doubt, stab. So I think I will. Yeah, I can't think of a good plan right now. So I am gonna dance around like Ali style, and try and I will. Oh God, what's my plan? Yep. No, don't overthink it. I'm just gonna try and aim a jolly old quick slashes at Cinnamon.
Okay.
maybe an attempt to disarm, actually. Try and aim it for the crook of his elbow to try and get him to drop his axe.
All right, let's see how we get on.
Right then.
So he's no longer blinded, but
Right.
you do have. I'll give you advantage for flanking.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. That'll be a 12 plus 5 is 15.
That will pierce his armor. Yes.
Wait, no, 12 plus 5 is 17.
Well, that will still pierce his armor.
Thank you very much. As its advantage, I still get assassinate. Just double check
I
that.
thought assassinate was just if they hadn't acted. Sneak attack is what you get though, right?
Sneak attack.
I do apologise. Sneak attack is what I meant. So just one good old-fashioned one hit die. That'll be a 7 plus 3 is 10. With my jolly old sneak attack. There's a 6, that's 16. And say, for instance, if he lifts or swings, I aim like a swipe at the exposed inside of his elbow to try and get him to at least drop his axe or hold it low or drop it completely.
Okay. All right. So 16 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and you get ready to potentially try and disarm him if he goes for an attack.
Yeah.
We'll call that as like a bonus action. I'm sure there's some disarm rules somewhere, but I'd have to look them up. But for now, let's kind of put it as a reaction for you.
Yeah.
For the time being, for if he goes for an attack. Okay, cool. So, Thorik, you're up. You
Okay.
are. You now have some berserkers surrounding you in Saga. You have Ridral within reach. Yeah.
Cool. Could I still hit Cinnamon?
Yeah, you can still hit Cinnamon.
Oh, particularly as my spiritual weapon is on that side. Thorik's not looking great, but he knows that the need of his party is also great. How close is Saga to me?
She stood right next to you.
Can I... Would it be a free action to pass her something?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I put my potion of healing. I try to put it in.
I do have one already, unless it was taken off me in the interrogation.
Yeah, it'll probably be on the floor in amongst.
Okay, it's on the floor.
stuff, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
Fair
just,
enough.
like-
Yeah,
You
I
won't,
will
have,
take.
you won't have time to pick up everything.
Yeah,
I
that's what I thought. Yeah.
I tuck it into your belt while you're fighting. I'm just like, right, that's for you and me, depending on who goes down first. And I will use my last second level spell slot and cast Aid on all of us. So me, Johann, and Saga just start glowing as all three of us, our hit point maximum and current HP increase by 5.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
So temporary hit points go up to.
So it's not temporary. It's your until the spell ends. Your whole maximum will increase. You can heal up to that amount as well, but also you gain 5 hit points of healing, if that makes sense.
Yay!
So I guess mechanically speaking, that does kind of count as temporary hit points. I guess.
Technically not. Temporary hit points are a different thing.
Okay. Interesting.
So this does actually increase your maximum while it was for 8 hours.
Cool.
So you can heal up to this amount because temporary hit points, once they're gone, they're gone.
That's
You
true.
can't
Yes,
heal up
you're
to them.
right.
Whereas
That's
this,
right.
By 5, did you say?
by
Yes.
5, yeah.
Coolio.
Nice.
And then I will use my bonus action to just like twirl my hammer in the air, and the spiritual one just cracks Cinnamon over the head.
All right, roll to hit for me.
Nice. 17.
Okay, so yeah, you just crack him again round the back of the head. You're just feeling this force, just like lunging forward.
9 points of force damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. Not enough to take him down, I'm afraid, but he's now looking a bit weary now.
Why won't you die?
The cinnamon has made him stronger.
He's got a taste for it. He's got a taste for it.
Anything else you'd like to do, Thorik?
No, just look very warmly at his compatriots, just like, gang's back together again.
All right. Saga.
Okay. Well, I feel better, so I'm changing my plan. I'm gonna do another maneuvering attack.
Nice. Okay.
Which lets Thorik move after half his speed without provoking an opportunity attack because Johann is already so stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give it to Thorik, and it adds the damage. Hopefully.
Is this against Cinnamon or Ridril?
Ridril and
or any of the others for that matter?
And it's not gonna happen because on advantage I rolled a 6, so that'd be 11
at
to
Cinnamon,
hit.
yeah.
No, at
Ridril.
Ridril.
Okay.
11 is not gonna hit, I guess, against a mountain of meat.
I mean, as you swing your sword, it doesn't even get to even striking him. He just, with his great axe, just parries your strike against him, and he just growls in your face, screaming "traitor" at you.
Yeah.
Anything else? You got an action surge or anything like that?
No, I've used it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No?
That's me. If I move, it's an opportunity attack. Oh, that was my go.
All right.
Very annoying.
We go to Cinnamon, who's really getting pissed off with his spiritual weapon behind him. He's pissed off with you, Johann, for throwing Cinnamon in his face. Who's he going to strike against? I suppose he's going to go for you, Johann. I think at this point it's somewhat of a vendetta now. So that is going to be a 18 against your armor class.
That'll hit.
And he's going to do 10 points of slashing damage as he just strikes you across the chest, slashing through some of your armor.
Ouchie, ouchie. Oh.
So the others. So one of them is going to strike at Thorik, swinging his axe. But Thorik, you see it coming, and just with the shaft of your warhammer, you just kind of push his axe off. The other two that are dealing with Saga, they're going to swing their axes at you. Hang on, let me see. We've got 15 against your armor class is going to miss, right? Saga?
Yes, it's going to miss.
And then we've got 16 against your armor class.
My armor class is 16. So...
Okay, so that one hits, yeah. Okay, so that one is going to do a 7 slashing damage against you.
Hi. I'm still up, but barely.
Okay, all right. So then we move to Ridril, who he is really getting pissed off with this dance that he's now doing with Johann. And whilst on one hand he wants to deal with you, Saga, the fact that Johann has turned up, set you free, and he can't hit the damn puny rogue is really winding him up. So he's going to utilize his reckless feature, and he's just like done with this.
Reckless attack. No.
Now, reckless means that he's going to get advantage on the attack roll. Okay? However, attack rolls against him will also have advantage until his next turn. Okay? So he's basically doing away with defense in order to hit harder and hit better. Oh, you are fucking joking me. What's your armor class, Johann?
14.
It's missed. One of them was a natural 1, and the other one was an 8.
That's got to hit Cinnamon, surely.
Yeah, mate.
So, do you know what? Because he's gone for reckless, I'm gonna do a hit against Cinnamon on that one, just for funsies. So
he's reckless, so
yeah, well, exactly. That's what I was thinking. So he's gonna swing for you, Johann, just absolutely determined to strike at you, and you do your usual dance. And in his rage, he just swings his axe back a little too far back and just catches Cinnamon, doing 10 slashing damage to him.
Sorry.
Not enough to take him down, but
I go.
Poor Cinnamon.
That looked like it hurt.
Johann, you're actually up next.
Stop playing with your food and kill him!
Okay, yeah, time to stop playing now. I dart straight for Cinnamon, and I try and do a classic Johann leaping stab in an attempt to try and use my body weight and my sword to impale myself in the front of his chest and push him over so that he hits the ground. I'm putting everything into this attack.
And this is against
Cinnamon,
Cinnamon,
style.
Yes?
It is against Cinnamon, yes.
All right.
Let's go. Ooh, that'll be a 24.
Oh, nice. Okay. And how much damage then, sir?
Okay, so no advantage. How close by are my compatriots? Thorik's quite close to Cinnamon, isn't it?
They're
Close enough for sneak attack damage.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yarr! That'll be a 4 plus a 3, which is 7, plus my sneak attack, which is 7 plus 5 is 12.
12. How are you finishing him, sir?
Yeah. So, after my classic taunting, would it be too much to try and do a forward roll between Raspberry Rindle's legs and then spring back upright, leap up Assassin's Creed style, and impale right in his chest, and then stick it in deeper, and then just look at him in his eyes as he expires.
Nice. Brutal. Johann is so brutal.
he is.
So brutal. Alright, cool. Thorik. Unless you want to move anywhere, Johann, of course.
Oh, sorry. So he goes, presumably.
Yep.
Pull it out like Excalibur. And then...
Next to you, you now only really have Ridril at this point.
So I turn around and look at him over my shoulder. And then point my sword at him.
Nice. Okay. Thorik, you're up.
Okay. Everyone's looking pretty shit. Cool.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Cool.
What are you thinking, Thorik?
How fucked we are. This is going to be selfish, but Thorik has in mind what has to happen. He knows that he's more used to everyone alive.
Yep,
so
that's true.
He's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself
Okay, nice.
At first level. So I get 10 HP back. And he just looks at Saga. He kind of almost looks apologetic and says, "Don't worry, I've not forgotten you." And then just like almost acts as if he's like drawing his hammer towards him, and the spiritual one goes towards Ridrol and smacks him in the head.
Oh, nice. Yeah, let's roll to hit.
Advantage because he reckless.
Yes, correct.
So that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Nice.
And that is 6 points of force damage.
Okay, so you beckon your spiritual weapon towards you, and with a gesture of your fingers, it strikes at Ridrol, who, much like Cinnamon before him, gets pushed as it hits him in the back and pushed in towards Johann, Saga, and yourself. Again, not enough to take him down, but he's not a happy chappy.
And I would like to... where is Johann in relation to me and Ridrol?
So Johann, basically between you all now, so Johann is kind of like to your left, and then there's Ridrol kind of in the middle. So again, you've still kind of got this semicircle around Ridrol at this point. So okay. Ridrol's just surrounded by the three of you.
Seeing how hurt Johann is, and Saga, he'll just go, "Look at you, you pathetic, ham-fisted, knuckle-headed, flat-footed, flabby-gutted, wrong'un of a dirty, twig-eating barbarian. When'd you pick on someone your own size?" I'm just going to smash my hammer into my shield.
Now, I must make you aware that because of your charm person has now dissipated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure that you are aware, because you'd hit him with the spiritual weapon anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's gone. There is no facade happening here.
So now he's free to attack you, and he's very aware, of course, as with charm person, exactly what you did. And you've just goaded him. Like, he's basically now equally pissed off with all three of you at this stage. Like, he's just fucking furious.
We're a team.
I'm very, very angry. No. So, Saga, you're actually up next.
Okay. So, is Cinnamon gone? Has he expired?
Cinnamon's expired, yeah.
Okay, so there's only Ridrol in front of me.
There's Ridrol in front of you, but you have other barbarians behind you.
Straight behind me?
So you're surrounding Ridrol.
Yep.
And these barbarians are surrounding, trying to surround the three of you from behind. So it's like a barbarian sandwich.
Barbarian sandwich.
With you as the
Fantastic. Filling. Yes. Not the way I like to spend an afternoon, but here we are.
In better circumstances, perhaps. Not like this.
Okay, now I'm very, very low on health. Can I disengage? If I disengage, that's my entire action. Then I can't heal myself.
Yes.
Because I'm not a rogue. Damn it. They're going to hit me anyway, so I'm going to take the healing potion Thorik gave me. Yeah.
Okay, so look. As you open the cork and neck the red liquid that makes you feel revitalized.
Is it a bonus action when you drink it yourself?
I believe so.
It's a bonus action. Because that's up to
drinking a potion.
You've still got your action.
Fantastic.
That's how we'll roll it for now. I'll look it up. But
I'm pretty sure we've done it that way. It was a bonus action for ourselves, action for someone else.
Yes. So. Yeah, because we did that. Did that roll. So it's 2d4 plus 2. Okay. 7 points of healing.
That's not bad.
Not bad. 7 points. I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
To no longer be the filling in the sandwich. I want to disengage and go behind Ridrel, so I'm facing the mass of
nice
barbarians.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So that is my action.
Okay, great. So we now move to the remaining barbarians. You're now kind of facing them, Saga. Ridrel immediately in front of you, them behind him. Well, one of them is going to continue his attempts to bring Thorik down, and that's going to. So he swings at you, and you see the strike coming. You just raise up your shield as the axe just comes down, bouncing off your shield. The other two, they now try to.
I'll have the lot of you. Come on, then.
I'm trying. What would they do? Because they kind of want to. Okay, yeah. One of them is going to. In fact, no. They're both going to try and move in on Saga and try and follow Saga around.
No.
But you can take attacks of opportunity, Thorik and Johann, if you like.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to attack the same one Johann does.
Okay, great. Keeps it nice and simple. Lovely.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go for
or roll. Yeah.
Oh, what? Yeah.
We're rolling.
Oh, that's an 8.
No, he's too fast for you. You kind of swing your rapier, trying to catch him on the back, but just
19
just
from.
However,
19 Thorik.
Thorik, you do manage to crack one of them with your warhammer as they charge towards Saga. So let's roll for
10.
damage.
10.
10
The full
damage.
10. The full McCoy. Double digits.
Nice. And you crack him around the back, and you do hear maybe like his hip just kind of like crunch a little bit.
Thorik just goes, I'll live for the noise.
And it almost kind of pushes him almost slightly towards Saga as he's moving in that direction.
Dwarf osteopathy.
And they are going to both swing their great axes at you, Saga. One of them is going to miss, but the other one is going to strike you. And that's going to be 4 slashing damage against you.
Okay, still up. Still
Okay.
hanging on.
Absolutely. Which then brings us to Ridrel, who is really freaking mad, and he is going to be reckless, and he's going to be reckless against you, Saga.
Oh.
Did you not hear what I said?
And I'm afraid to say, Saga, he is going to hit you with his
Okay.
axe. Oh fuck. That's going to be 15 points of slashing damage.
I'm down.
He's done max damage.
I am down.
Thorik and I are like,
And he turns to you, Johann, and he stretches out a hand and gestures at you to come at him.
You should not have done that. You should not have done that.
Okay. So Johann, actually, you are up next.
okay.
So yeah, Saga's crumpled on the floor.
Yep, pretty much.
Just, sorry, if I may, just me and Johann next to each other, just like livid that he's taken Saga down. We just do like a little clink of weapons together, just like cheersing.
Nice.
So I look at Saga and then I look at him, and then I spit out a mouthful of blood, crack the shoulders, and realizing he has no plan. In fact, in a rare fit of recklessness, what a queer role of reversal this is today. Just run straight at him. Like you can almost hear him like an angry dog, the breaths he's taking as he runs up to him, and just tries to. This is an attempt to pierce all the way through him, arm and everything. If I could clear all the way through him and out his back, I will.
So you have advantage on the attack roll because he's reckless, which means you also do get sneak attack as well.
That's a 2.
No, thank you.
21!
Oh, that'll do it. Okay, so you charge in, lunge at him with your rapier. How much damage are we looking at, sir?
Let's see. Okay, so we got my trusty D8. 2, but plus 3 is 5. And sneak attack, despite not being particularly sneaky. 6 and 4, which is 10. So that's 17.
Ooh, nice.
17, and because he's in such a rare fit of fury, dagger out, and another one, and really trying to like sink it in deep. So
let's roll to hit with advantage then again.
No, that won't. Oh, 7 plus 5 is 13. No, 12.
12 even is not going to hit, I'm afraid. You took him by surprise with that first strike, but he sees the other one coming, and he just kind of, even just with his arm, he just blocks your attempts to stab him with your dagger.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm hilt deep in Riddle. No, Riddle. Riddle. I'm now hilt deep in Riddle, and we're both kind of staring each other out.
Yeah, he mad. He mad. All right, Thorik. So Saga is down. Johann is very much engaged with Riddle. There are two there's one barbarian dealing with you and 2 stood over Saga at this point.
Is Saga next to me still?
No, because she moved around behind Riddle to give you flanking, basically. So you've got Riddle between you and Saga.
Fine. I am going to just go in with my own Warhammer and try and like just step to the side and hammer him deeper onto Johann's rapier.
Ooh.
That's nasty.
That's a 19.
Oh yes, that'll do the job. That's really brutal.
7 points of bludgeoning.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so you hit him around the back, and as you say, just try and hammer him, and you do hear a little bit of a squelch as he kind of pushes further onto the blade. He's still alive though; he's not down yet.
And it was just like, you might want to check again. And he just speaks a word in Dwarvish. Rise, as he casts Healing Word on Saga.
Nice.
Which has a 60-foot range. So spell slots looking pretty thin on the spell slots. But it's the full McCoy. 9 health returns to Saga.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
And over his shoulder, I just look down at Saga and I'm just like, get up. And I like extend the haft of my... Actually, I'm not close enough to do that, so I drag her up. I like, just get up.
She'll do the whole thing where she regains consciousness.
Well, it's actually your go, Saga.
Don't get a chance to have a sit down.
Rest. Time's over. Up you get.
So I am obviously still prone.
Use half your movement to stand up. If you like.
And Ridrill's still what, 5 feet from me?
He's pretty much engaged with you at this point.
Okay. Well, let's add to this pincushion we have going on and try and lunge through him.
All right. He's reckless, so you have advantage on the attack.
Yes. And it would be flanking bonus anyway.
True, yes.
Okay, that's good. That is a dirty 23 to hit.
Nice.
And then I will use one of my superiority dice to... Let's use goading attack.
Okay.
Which means he will have a disadvantage on all attack rolls other than towards me. And she will say, "It's me you want, really." And then, yeah, that's what she's going to say.
Okay.
And the damage is 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
Fuck him up, Saga!
All right. So, you taunt him, strike at him, and kind of, again, try and, as you say, increase the ferocity of this pincushion tactic going on. And you see him like fill with rage at you having the audacity to goad him, your chieftain. But it's not enough to take him down. But he is looking really freaking weak and really freaking angry about that fact as well.
Okay, so I will move. Do I move? Do I not? No. No, I will actually move back.
Okay.
I'm gonna move.
You have got some other barbarians around you as well.
Oh yeah, but they are not behind me, are they? Because I moved around.
True.
Out of the sandwich.
But they are. Well, don't forget they followed you round.
Oh, they followed me around.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll stay put then. I'll stay put.
Okay. All right. So
he has disadvantage on any attack rolls, and he
you.
has to take a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. In which case, then
Wisdom saving throw. If
so
he fails,
is that
then
what gives him
that,
the disadvantage.
yeah.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. That's going to be an 11.
Ha! He fails.
Okay.
He has disadvantage on all attack rolls against Thorik and Johann.
So yeah, his sole focus now seems to be on you. There is still a barbarian engaged with Thorik, and it's their turn now. So he's that's going to swing his axe at Thorik. That's going to strike at you, sir, and buckle some of your armor. Oops. That is going to be a. That is going to be a 14 slashing damage against you. Sorry.
What do you roll to hit?
He rolled a 11 on the dice, d12.
Sorry, what do you roll?
Sorry, roll to hit. Oh, sorry. That was a 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So shit. How much damage was that again? Sorry.
14 slashing damage. So we have two more barbarians that aren't Ridril that are engaged with you, Saga. They're going to swing their axes. Well, actually, they're going to go to swing their axes, and Ridril tells them, "She's mine," because it's his turn next. And he is going to, in his rage, recklessly swing his axe at you again.
Miss, please miss. Please miss.
Does that mean that I'm still holding on and he kind of like takes me with him? So he's like, whoa! Holding on to it, the hilt of his sword for dear life.
Now, because it's reckless, he did roll a 4. However, the other dice was also a 19.
Yep.
However, you'll be pleased to know that in terms of damage, he only rolled 5 slashing damage against you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still standing.
But
Yeah.
But he is determined to take you down now.
Yep.
Johann, you're up. Now, Ridgel is looking pretty weak. You all probably deduce one good hit against him could probably take him out.
Okay.
Do with that information what you will. There are 3 other barbarians to deal with as well.
I don't want to kill him. However, I am really pissed off with him.
Kill him.
And I do want to damage him. So what I do is...
Now, you can do non-lethal damage and actually take him out without killing him if you did enough damage.
Well, this is what I want to do. I don't suppose, if I asked a question, would his hit points be 2 or less?
No.
Okay.
It would have to be a good hit to take him out.
Okay. Because... what would it take to distract his attention from Saga?
Kill him!
Just kill him! Just kill him!
What I really want to do is jump down off him and give him a good stout kick in the balls. That's what I want to do.
I mean, we can do that. I don't know if it's gonna.
In fact, no. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, at the indignity of being dragged around like it's some kind of fairground ride, I then look up at him, all the way up there, and then like put my foot against his chest and kind of pull myself out. And then, as he's turned his back on me, I go, "Hey!" and drive an upward strike between his legs.
Oh. Oh. Go on. You have advantage because he's reckless as well.
Don't do it. That is a natural 20.
Oh!
Yes.
So
You shall sire no heirs.
that'll be 6. Another 6. Plus 3. That's 15. As my companions are so close by. 1, 16. 17. Oh, 17.
How are you finishing him?
As I said, I pull my sword out of him, jump back down, and go, "Hey!" so that he maybe glances towards me. And then I wind up, and straight up I go. Pull it out again. So, drops to his knees, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. Then I stumble round to his front so he's looking at me. Chin. And then I smack him once, and then smack him twice in the same manner as he did Saga. Oh. And then spit. And then walk away from him.
So
on his last sight to me walking away.
Okay. Is that with the intention of finishing him off lethal damage or keeping him
non-lethal?
Alright. Okay. So as Johann, you start to walk away, the other barbarians, in shock, they kind of take a step back and you see them kind of drop to their knees, or one knee, and Ridrel is kneeling on the floor, defeated, looking up at you walking away. Saga.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to say to the 2 others remaining, I'm going to say the chief is down. Leave now, or you're next.
One of them looks up at you and says, "But you've defeated our chief in battle. We should pledge ourselves to you."
Do they mean Johann or me?
There seems to be a bit of
Confusion.
bit of vagueness between the three of them.
Yeah, they're like, which one?
Because
I tell you what.
this is primal politics at play.
Yeah.
Really.
Johann senses this, kind of looks at Saga, and then with a heavy breath going, "I'm totally going to hear of this later." Puts his sword in the ground and kneels as a knight before his queen.
Ridril is still alive at this point.
Yeah.
He's bleeding out, but he's pissed off. As you
Yeah, of course he is.
As you would be. But yeah, he knows he's dying.
I'm going to go to Ridril. Now, how much of a bitch do I want to be? This is the question.
Yes is the answer.
How much of a bitch do I want to be? I'm going to get real close, but I'm not grabbing his face, but I'm going to get really close and I'm going to go, "Just remember, you were beaten by a woman." And then I'm going to just punch him really hard in the face.
And he just
Yeah.
crumbles in front of you. He's now unconscious, bleeding out.
And then I stand up and I go, "What the fuck am I going to do with these two now?"
How many are left?
There's 2 goons left.
I believe it's 3. Actually.
3.
Yeah, I thought there were 3.
Hey, we could do with 3 goons. Who doesn't want 3 goons? That's a goon each.
Yeah. And I kind of look at them two going, do we need them?
I mean, I'm not kneeling in front of you. I'm low enough already.
Yeah.
We need to have a real big sit down because actually, maybe we do need them. We're going to be storming a castle.
Yeah.
So I was thinking.
Which we need to catch you up on. Also, hi.
Castle.
Thorik just goes in and
I hug
Saga.
After she hugs Thorik, she'll rush over to Johann and give Johann a tighter hug.
He wasn't expecting that, but he softens initially and then.
No.
Right.
It's you. Because I'm still pretty. Well, we're both pretty bad at this point.
Yeah.
So probably like when we hug, it's kind of like
It's like,
no one's looking good at this stage. I'm at less than a third health.
Yeah.
We are very fortunate that the barbarians decided to stop fighting.
Yeah.
Whatever customs they hold themselves to, huge fan right now.
Yeah.
Bigger than the harp people.
Yeah.
More on that later.
We watch.
Saga's going to kiss Johann. Yeah, she's not. That's what she's doing.
Where?
On the mouth. Where?
I don't know if it was like a
Thorik nudges one of the barbarians and just goes, "I fucking knew it."
Johann,
And then she's going to back off and go, oh shit, did I just, with a look of shit, did I just completely miscalculate that?
Johann goes very, 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 very red. Redder than he's been. He's been covered in blood and been less red than this. And lets out a little. Thank you. He's never been kissed before, so he doesn't know how to react. So he says, "Thank you."
I guess that's not the worst response. And then she's going to walk over to her pile of weapons and just start picking them up because it's awkward now.
Johann looks at Thorik as if to say, you saw that, right?
Thorik's just looking at you like, you sly dog.
Johann suddenly... Sorry.
He's like, he just like goes up to you and is like, shared a bed, eh? Nothing happened, eh?
Johann suddenly feels a little better, despite being grievously wounded.
Well,
I'm actually blushing.
oh, right.
Saga's pointedly not looking at either of them and just going, just panicking, thinking, miscalculated.
We should make camp. You need to rest and...
Yes, you two, you three, just guard the perimeter. She wants not to look at the barbarians.
And they nod, and they kind of circle around the clearing, just keeping an eye out.
I will fetch some firewood. Excuse me. Thorik, can you bring her up to speed on what's going on? I need to I need to
Sure.
Firewood.
Johann quickly leaves into the forest.
And he's still can't believe it. Like he's going to be wrestling with that for a while.
So now, Thorik, Saga, it's just you in camp whilst Johann goes looking for firewood.
Right, well, how does this... I've got a lot of questions and a lot of things to say. Where do you want to start, mate?
You said something about castle?
Aye. So...
Did I just complete...
Go on.
Do I need to apologise?
To Johann?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I think he liked it. I mean...
I just... it was,
he seems...
a moment, and...
Aye. I mean, I'm not expecting one myself. You're fine.
No offence, but...
None taken.
You're like a brother to me.
Yeah. You're like a tall, hairless sibling to me. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he liked it. I just think he didn't really know how to take it. I don't know how much kissing goes on in that assassin's order of his.
I wasn't really thinking. And, when... I just thought there might have been something there. So,
well, there might be...
I've made it awkward. Dryle's still alive, I'm still married. Fuck.
What? Okay, right. I mean, time out in the castle. What? You're married? Cool.
I thought he was dead. Okay, before I joined you, they told me he was dead.
Okay,
and I never wanted to marry him anyway.
And who are this lot?
His clan, his tribe.
Uh-huh. I mean, I heard the thing from this chap, and he sort of just gesticulates to the fallen Ridrel. I heard him saying that he was going to marry you. I mean, you know.
Yeah, he Dryle was the chieftain's son, and apparently the chief is dead. And I thought Dryle was dead. So he's always wanted to be in charge.
But now you're in charge of this tribe?
Well, I don't want to be. I mean, apparently I'm in charge of those three. Before they find out about that. But I don't know. I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay.
I got out as soon as I could. They're murderers. Raiders. They call me the War Bride because that's what I am. Was. You know?
Well,
so if those three can be useful, that's something. But
that's up to you. To me, you're, with respect, you're just Saga, and I don't care about all that.
That's why I'd rather be.
Well, in which case, I mean, I don't really get this whole we were just fighting but now we're friends thing.
They are brutes. Whoever's the strongest, the toughest, they lead. I'm sure I can give away my title to someone who wants it, but
well, up to you. It's he just sort of looks at the three barbarians like right next to them. Just, I mean, I'd maybe sleep better knowing they're not hanging around.
True, but I thought you said we needed bodies.
Depends. These three sledgehammers can follow orders properly. Your orders.
I think so. I don't think they're smart enough to disobey, to be honest.
What'd you say, lads? Are you smart enough to disobey?
They kind of all turn around and look at you. And they just kind of go, no. And then they look at you, Saga, and give you a nod.
I think they have one brain cell between them, so I think we'll be all right.
You know, Saga, it's been a hell of a day.
Yeah.
And it's all turning a little surreal now. Part of me thinks I hit my head at some point and I've not quite woken up yet.
It's It's good to see you. I tried to find you. I got lost and then they found me.
It's all right. We all got lost, I think, some way.
Maybe you should get Johann before he wanders off.
Look, right. Listen. I don't know how things work between, everyone ever. But if you want to talk to him about what just happened, just talk to him. Hey, what's the worst he can say? Maybe he enjoyed it. Maybe he wants to do it again. Kissing's fun.
She just doesn't know what to say. She's just staring at him blankly.
He's just like, I'm in my prime in dwarf years, so, I'm not, I'm gonna go get
Okay.
Johann.
I'll just tell him I was feeling faint or something.
We're gonna unpack that later. Johann!
She's going to start making a fire, just have something to do.
Johann! Here, boy!
So, Johann.
Meanwhile.
Yeah. You're hunting for firewood.
Well, it certainly started that way. Then all of a sudden it's kind of like, sure. But then why did... But then... Stick. Drop stick. Stick. Goes to start walking. I'll just talk to her. Just. No, God. So he kind of takes his sticks, goes back to camp.
Could you roll a d12 for me, please? Find out.
Oh, this again.
How many hours worth of firewood you have collected?
This shit.
I got the wood, all right. It's a forest.
Yes, but how much wood?
Comes back with one twig.
10.
There you go. Great. 10 hours worth of firewood. Fantastic. So you come back with quite the bale of firewood, if that is indeed the right term. And you kind of dump it on the ground. Saga's just building a fire.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Wait.
chieftain.
Don't call me that.
Why not? It is what you are now.
I don't want to be.
Why not?
They're murderers, raiders. They do horrible things.
Sits down. Perhaps under your leadership, that might change.
I just want to start again. Like it never happened, like I was never there.
I see. So, who was he?
One of Dryle's friends. He was always jealous of him. Wanted power. Apparently he got it. Slimy fucker.
You mentioned when he was questioning you that you're husband may yet live. Is that true?
I don't know. I haven't seen him. They told me he was dead.
I
thought I was free.
You know, we passed through your town, your settlement on the way here.
How is it? What does it look like?
Not good.
Did you go to the shrine?
Wayne, did we go to the shrine?
Did we see a shrine?
You did not.
No.
Dragons, we think.
Dragons?
Aye.
What, in the town?
There was a horse carcass. Deep gashes and huge teeth marks. There have been signs of a dragon nearby.
Ah, that...
The night before, one flew over our head, we think.
Oh.
After we'd taken down one of the red wizards. Not Glassstaff, unfortunately.
Before his gang raided the village 16 years ago, some of the people went to the shrine just south of it. Everyone else died or was captured, like me. But I wonder.
We saw no sign of a shrine.
It's south of the village. That's only hearsay. They might have moved on.
What did we pass? We passed, there was an effigy of an owlbear.
Mm-hmm. There's been no sign of any shrine in your journey.
No, just run-ins with owlbears, both stone and real. And...
Owlbears.
Aye. And apparently there's another Fëanor knocking around. Or do we think that this Fëanor is dead by all evidence that we've found?
I will leave that up to your interpretation.
I think Thorik doesn't feel particularly good about that. And he says, there's apparently someone of my order in the area, but we're not sure how well they survived. Tracks led us to an owlbear den.
I'm sorry I wasn't there for it.
Sorry.
Why did you leave?
I saw the wolf, which turned out to be Riddle's wolf. I had a feeling they were after me. So I thought I could lead them away, ambush them somehow. There's too many of them.
That night at the tavern. You saw it then, didn't you?
Yes. I mean, it could have been just any old wolf, but I was right. They hunt and raid with wolves.
If you had asked, we would have come with you.
Right.
I didn't want you to see them. I'm not proud of what I did to survive. That's why I went alone.
It's not your fault. It's not.
We're just glad you're alive.
Fine.
I was so glad to see you too.
Yeah. Well, we were too. Yeah.
There's been developments in the search for Gundren Rockseeker. We met a creature on the advice of, well, on advice. And she could answer one question, truthfully. And we asked her the location of Gundren Rockseeker. And it turns out that he, dead or alive, is in Cragmore Castle.
Cragmore Castle?
I think we caught a glimpse of it before we found you. Thorik generally points to the northwest, I believe it was. Yeah, Monday northwest.
So that's the next step then.
Likely to be full of goblins and other nasty beasties. Who knows? It's been one big happy journey so far, right, Johann?
Oh, yes. One hilarity after the other.
Oh, yeah. We nearly got shut down by orcs.
That was a day.
There was this slug thing. This very morning, there was this weird tentacle slug thing. All we wanted to do is get some water. Literally, someone needs to do something about these woods because they're a health hazard at least.
The dwarf can't fight.
Johann's not so bad himself.
I need to thank you, Thorik. Were it not for your gifts, we may not have survived, let alone achieved victory.
Aye, well, same to you, my friend. Well, same to both of you. I think we're, yeah. I'd rather have you two than half a pack of dwarves with me any day, I think.
Thank you, my friend.
You two smell better and all, anyway. Most of the time. The same can't be said for our halfling friend, wherever he's found himself.
That's true. Let's hope he's not in the same kind of pickle that I was in.
He was hurt pretty bad, same as Johann was.
We were ambushed by these flesh-eating creatures. They surrounded us. For a moment, I thought we were dead. But we were rescued by an elf who healed us and guided us to the Red Wizard.
Your Red Wizard?
A Red Wizard.
Ah.
Unrelated to Glassstaff, unfortunately. But he will plague this world no longer.
You know, Gariel was all right. She was all right. Told us about her. She was apparently part of a sect of wardens, I suppose.
Spies?
Yeah, the Harpers, they called themselves. Never heard of them.
The Harpers? Oh.
No.
Well, you've had the dissatisfaction of meeting the Red Tiger tribe.
Is that your, is that this lot?
Yeah.
Red Tigers, eh?
Yeah.
Johann looks the three barbarians up and down. Maybe gives them. Do they do anything back?
There's a brief nod.
They don't say much, do they?
They're on guard duty by order of their chieftain.
They're very obedient.
Yeah. They tend to be. Unless they're like... And she sort of vaguely gestures to his riddle.
Did he hurt you?
He beat me up.
Not too bad then.
No, not too bad.
Still, if it's all the same, I'm gonna take the refuse out of the camp, and Thorik just like drags Ridril by one heel.
Yeah.
It's like drags him out of the camp, digs a shallow grave, and dumps him in, but reads a few rites to commit him to whatever fate he chose for himself in life. Thinks about going to pick up his prayer book in the woods and thinks, never used it anyway. Decides not to go back for it. Goes back to camp.
So we're guessing things get really awkward once Thorik sort of
He deliberately
drags somebody.
leaves for
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
20 minutes.
She'll busy herself with the fire.
Johann just stares at what would become the fire.
I'm sorry.
For what?
For kissing you.
I don't know the customs of your people or your tribe. Is that what you do on these occasions?
What's your custom with kissing?
Johann's cheeks flush a little. I have never... that is to say, I've never had the... I've never kissed anyone.
Oh. I should have asked first.
No,
Look, we can forget it ever happened. I just thought.
It's not that it was unwelcome. You understand? I merely have never... First of all, I didn't think that you would think of me in such a way. I've never been very good at picking up on those sorts of
Kiss me, witch hunter.
He it's very slowly, kind of, without, in his head he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So he just moves his face closer to hers. And his eyes open. And softly, very gently, kisses her for like a couple of seconds and then pulls away. Thank you.
Clear enough?
Yes, I think so.
And that, I think, is where we shall end this very special episode. Very special episode of Bardic Quest. Wowee. Wowee, wowee, wowee. Well. What an episode. My goodness. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, particularly if you are still with us. That was about 3.5 hours. 2-hour combat, my goodness.
Woo.
So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you as well to everybody that has watched thus far, any episode so far. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this special edition. And we will catch you guys next week.